Unrivaled Lou Ruyan. Huh? Gave up a seat and got a stack of cash. This is a visit from the god of wealth? Okay? If this is an insult, then I welcome everyone to come and insult me. Apologize when your idol messes up. Holy crap, forgive my previous out-of-context judgment. So, this is the truth of the matter. Hindsight is 2020. Actually, I was one of the customers in the dessert shop that day. Lin Ran is right. I was very happy. Next time there's something like this, remember to call me. I'll go queue up and scout the location in advance. Lin Ran had just started his stream and immediately changed the tide of public opinion. Everyone had an epiphany, feeling like they had just eaten a mouthful of shit. Of course, some stubborn people would never admit they were wrong, especially those with a contrarian personality. You don't understand my sorrow. Haters, come out and talk. Isn't it super awkward? The most awkward thing in life is having your secret exposed. Lin Ran. That's not the most awkward thing. The most awkward thing is having your browser history discovered by others and played on a loop in a public place. I'm irreconcilable with gambling and drugs. Holy crap, that is indeed awkward. My energy is 300 million per second. Although I think the streamer is right, I don't agree with your statement. Being insulted and being happy aren't mutually exclusive. Even though I was happy, you did insult me. Scrambled eggs with cucumber. How do you explain the steakhouse incident? You still dare to stream? Aren't you just trying to grift for money and tips? I'm not giving you any tips. Lin Ran. Why should I explain? Explain my ass. To the netizen named 1 second, 300 million energy. Although I saw your comment, I don't agree with your statement. Just because you say shit tastes good doesn't mean I have to admit it, right? Detective Conan. Holy crap, I approve of the streamer's attack power. This internet is a little crazy. Streamer, just explain the steakhouse incident, so those haters will stop endlessly bothering you. Also, I want to see the mansion. I didn't get a good enough look last time. The explanation should come from the scumbag and the bitch, okay? Besides, this involves my friend's pain, so I can't talk about it. It's like, for example, a friend of mine once ate shit from a toilet. Do I have to tell you guys about that? As soon as he said this, the curiosity of countless netizens was instantly piqued. I have achieved enlightenment in the bathroom. Tell us the details. Tang San's friend. I have a friend who's about to die. He wants to know the specific details. Seeing that he had successfully stirred up the atmosphere, Lin Ran decided to drop the act. It was quite interesting to mess with these netizens. You want to know, huh? Then it depends on your effort. After all, someone called me a money grubber. So now, please don't be polite. Let the gifts fly. Let me see how much your curiosity is worth. If the numbers don't reach a satisfactory amount, I won't be showing you anything interesting, nor will I be telling you any stories. As soon as Lin Ran said this, gift effects, as if they were free, flooded the stream, causing it to lag. All sorts of gifts, big and small, appeared endlessly. BB Dong. The streamer is so rich already. Why does he still want our tips? Lin Ran. More is never too much, and less is never too little. Thanks to Mr. Xiao Tong, 50th Sky-Shattering Gang. Feng Chao's Ling Zishuan. Read books with your brain? Uft, Ran Kongqi, Niu Li Taiju who loves beef brisket with tomatoes. Na One from Tianju City, and others for the tips. There are too many people to thank one by one. My bros are awesome, 666. Lin Ran's actions alarmed not only the netizens, but also the back-end staff at Douyin. The gifts were coming in too much and too fast. In just a few minutes, his popularity shot up to first place, and the gift effects were making the stream freeze. He even broke the live stream tipping record. My bros are awesome, 666. Seeing how sincere you all are, I'll show you something interesting today. But we have an agreement. Don't waste your money all the time, okay? Instantly, everyone in the stream was captivated by Lin Ran's words. They also wanted to see what kind of trick Lin Ran was planning to pull. Lin Ran was seen leaving with his phone, interacting with the viewers as he walked. But I also want to say, for those people still gathered outside the Noanyo Group building, if you continue to cause trouble unreasonably, don't blame me, Lin Ran, for being impolite. You all know that as long as I want to, a lawyer's letter will surely be delivered to your hands. Don't think you can do whatever you want just because there are many of you. If you piss me off, I'll have people hold your heads down and make you lick the entire group building clean, inch by inch. That was a gift from my wife. If you dare to damage it, I'll plaster you into the walls. Also, clean up before you leave. Otherwise, I'll stop updating the short drama. To all those following the series, take note. If it stops updating, it's entirely because these haters have paralyzed the company. It's not that we don't want to update. At that moment, the netizens gathered outside the Noanyo Group building naturally saw the live stream and instantly lost their composure. From the looks of it, Lin Ran was full of confidence. And many of the people here were netizens who had been swept up in the moment, many of them driven by resentment of the rich. As haters, they naturally knew the attack power of netizens. Doxing was an inhumanly brutal process. They were scared. Thus, outside the Nuanyo Group building, a spectacular scene unfolded. A mass, instantaneous transformation into janitors. Broke Portia can't even pay 600 yuan. Arrogant, so arrogant. But Lin Ran really has the capital to back it up. Handsome author. Right now, immediately, clean up the area outside the Nuanyo Group building. If the series stops updating, I'll have your lives. The author loves you even if readers don't tip. Remember to take the trash with you when you leave. Otherwise, watch out for a lawyer's letter. After all, Lin Ran's wife is Luo Yao. Must generate power for love. Family, what a spectacle. I live not far from the Nuanyo Group. I see a group of people cleaning. Lin Ran also saw the video Wu Zhishang sent him via WeChat and immediately felt gratified. He then played the video of those netizens cleaning up wretchedly in his live stream, causing another wave of gasps. Lin Ran was indeed still a beast. As the camera moved, the live stream exploded once again. Pantyhose notes, wait, what is this? A private cinema? Why didn't you show us this last time? Don't you consider me family? Ghost blows a cow. Tell us, how many tips will it take for you to show us the entire manor? Must star. Why did Lin Ran bring us here? He's not planning to treat us to a movie, is he? Even though I'm dead, I'm not convinced. Didn't you say you were going to tell us your friend's story? The friend who dines at the toilet couldn't be Wu Zhishang, could it? At the same time, all the employees at Nuanyo Group turned their heads in unison towards Wu Zhishang. Mr. Wu, you've suffered. Wu Zhishang, get lost. In a live stream, a treacherous smile appeared on Lin Ran's devastatingly handsome face. Everyone, make sure to screen record, because the following content might disappear mid-broadcast, just like some novels that you're reading one moment and find have been taken down the next. Lin Ran sat down in the private cinema. Someone brought him snacks. Lin Ran picked up a clicker and opened a PPT. A few large words appeared on the screen. The following content is purely for entertainment. Any resemblance to actual events is intentional. After that, everyone saw the cause, development, turning point, and conclusion of the story. Lin Ran had hired a professional voice actor to give a vivid narration. Finally, in front of millions of viewers in the live stream, the absolutely trash footage began to play. There was footage of Lin Jian and Lu Ruxue. There was footage of Lin Tianba being kicked out of the Su Ran group. There was even footage of Lu Yuemei and her clients. Of course, Lu Jian and Zhao Miaomiao were not spared either. Leveraging his own popularity, Lin Ran publicly executed these people online. We can see here, this woman Lu Yuemei is quite something. She not only dines with them, but also sleeps with them. Her own husband is green as a meadow. As the voice actor narrated vividly, the netizens were all stunned. Readers are all handsome. Holy crap, explosive, insane. I thought it would be Wu Zhishang's story, but I didn't expect something even better. But I still want to know, did Wu Zhishang really dine at the toilet? Readers are also great beauties. Streamer, remove the mosaic for me. May all readers get rich. This streamer really doesn't treat us like family. Everything is mosaic-ed except for the faces. This move is really something else. Hurry up and remove the mosaic. Suddenly, the live stream you're following has been banned due to violations. At the same time, the staff in Douyin's backend were all dumbfounded. Holy crap, which idiot did that? Unban it quickly. This stream is a goldmine. If it continues, it will definitely break the tipping record for the entire live streaming industry. But the content is a bit risque. How can we unban it? Besides, it's not like Lin Ran needs these tips, right? How is it risque? Didn't he use mosaics? Give me another 0. 1 on the score. Well. There really aren't many streamers who treat us like family like this. He actually shows us the good stuff. Unban the stream quickly. 5 shining golden words. So does this mean we all misunderstood Lin Ran? The steakhouse incident was Lu Jian being a cheapskate, refusing to go Dutch, but still trying to act tough? Isn't this just being broke and aggressive? The PPT says Zhao Miaomiao has a boyfriend, and Lu Jian is her male bestie. What a pure friendship, huh? Zhao Miaomiao's boyfriend couldn't be our beloved president of Nuanyo Group, Wu Zhishang, could he? At this moment, the employees of Nuanyo Group looked at their Mr. Wu with pity. Mr. Wu, you have suffered. I used to think Chairman Lin had suffered. Now I know that you, Mr. Wu, have suffered too. You and Chairman Lin are true brothers. Wu Zhishang, get lost, all of you get lost. Though he told them to get lost, he felt helpless inside. He knew very well what Lin Ran was thinking. If I'm not having a good time, how can my brother have a good time? Come over here, you. If Wu Zhishang were in Lin Ran's shoes, he might have done the same thing. Little stick, So Lin Jian and Lu Ruxue are really incestuous. The most explosive one is Lu Yuemei. Does Lin Tianba know about all this? Incense burner. He definitely doesn't know. If he knew, they would have divorced long ago. Officials, quickly open the stream for me. Is Shunhee an idiot? The 6th is coming. Get indoors on time. Douyin, I advise you be kind. Why would you ban such a good streamer? Seeing that the stream was banned, Lin Ran nonchalantly uploaded a PPT of over 100 pages to his cloud drive. You want to play with me? I'll play you to death. If Lin Tianba could still tolerate this, then Lin Tian would have to give this scumbag father a big thumbs up. Suddenly, just as Lin Ran was about to close the stream, the broadcast resumed. Lin Ran was stunned, all the netizens were stunned, and even the phone was stunned. The platform finally came to its senses. Hopefully, Zhangxi, Tomato, can be this sensible too. Everyone, since the stream is back, I'm going to say something important. I prepared a PPT of over 100 pages. Everyone is welcome to download it. Winner chicken dinner tonight. I don't get it. Is this really not illegal? The champion who fears the dawn, not the dark. So what? Lin Tianba was the one who posted a video to slander him first. Even if it's illegal, he and Lin Jian will be the first to go to jail. Lu Ryu. Have you ever heard of the Luo family's legal team? The Pizza Hut of China. There's no case they can't win. Whose son is Big Head's son anyway? So what if they lose? It's just a fine and then bail. They're rich, you know. Just then, in a hotel in Kyoto, Zhao Miao and Lu Jian completely broke down. I told you this method wouldn't work. Now look, my reputation is ruined. It's all your fault. Miao, I'm sorry, it's my fault. I was too naive. Sobi. Zhao Miao grew angrier just looking at Lu Jian. She suddenly remembered all the good things about Wu Zhishang. At least Wu Zhishang wouldn't be a crybaby. Wait until I go find Wu Zhishang again. I don't believe he really doesn't love me anymore. Lu Jian? Wait, we're talking about the consequences here, and you suddenly switch the topic to Wu Zhishang? And the impact of this is still growing. You're going to find Wu Zhishang now? You must be dreaming. As Lin Ran's stream ended, the 100-plus page PPT became the new hot gossip online, and its popularity didn't wane. Even if it was taken down, many people had saved it and were spreading it through various channels. The most common phrase among netizens was Venmo me 50, and I'll send it to you. After ending the stream, Lin Ran found Luo Yao. Wifey, I think I cyberbullied the Lin family. I know, I saw it just now. The Lin family was indeed exposed. It wasn't just simple cyberbullying, it was doxing. Even before Lin Ran's stream ended, they had been exposed. Who would have thought that the Lin family was living so miserably now? A domineering Lin Tianba stood in front of his wife and son, shouting, "What do you want? If you have a problem, come at me. Don't hurt my wife and son." Of course, the netizens wouldn't physically harm them. Their attacks were mostly psychological. Mr. Cuckold, you're really something. Your wife is out selling herself, and you're here playing the fool. And you seem quite happy about it. Damn it. You're trying to use public opinion to gain our sympathy? Where's your conscience? Your bottom line? And Lu Yuemei's contact info. Holy crap, bro. Are you that desperate? I'm starting to suspect Lin Jian isn't Lin Tianba's son. What? Lin Tianba can't have children. What? Lin Tianba was castrated. What? Lin Tianba had surgery. Facing these netizens, Lin Tianba was so angry he nearly died on the spot. But thinking of the family behind him that needed protection, he still fulfilled his duty as a husband and father, escorting them away from there. Lin Ran, that rebellious son, I must make him kneel before me and apologize, to repent for his mistakes. The Lin family's life became even more unbearable. It wasn't quite that everyone wanted to beat them up, but they were definitely like dog shit on the street. Anyone who stepped in it would curse a few times. Meanwhile, Zhao Miao and Lu Jian in the hotel were also doxxed. Although they were supporting characters in Lin Ran's PPT, their story was definitely explosive. Moreover, they were the type of disgusting people who try to take advantage of Lin Ran's scandal to gain attention and traffic for themselves. Of course, Lin Ran didn't expose Wu Zhishang's past, as that was his brother's deepest pain. Right now, only the people at Nuanyo Group had suspicions about it. Lin Ran knew that even now, Wu Zhishang still had Zhao Miao in his heart. Although a reconciliation was impossible, the love was definitely still there. Because he himself was once that kind of person. Zhao Miao, Lu Jian, you two, get out of our hotel right now. Why? We've already paid. There are people outside looking for you. If you don't leave now, you really won't be able to. You don't want to be cornered by netizens here, do you? The two of them were dumbfounded. If they had known this would happen, they wouldn't have gone against Lin Ran. How could a kept man have so much power? They packed their things, and just as they stepped out of the room, the hotel staff slammed the door shut. Huh, what a piece of work. Zhao Miao Miao instantly exploded. In her entire life, no service staff had ever dared to mock her like this. What did you say? The staff pointed to one side of the corridor. Are you sure you want me to continue? In the end, Zhao Miao Miao and Lu Jian were cornered. Wave after wave of verbal attacks rained down on them. Overwhelmed, they called the police. When the police officers rescued them, Zhao Miao Miao declared on the spot that she would make those people pay the price. The police officer, we can't handle that. You'll have to go to court. Zhao Miao Miao was so angry she fainted on the spot. Lu Jian had lost all his former vigor. At the manor, Lin Ran was still being affectionate with Luo Yao. Yao Yao, this time, the Lin family is completely finished. But I still feel like it's not satisfying enough. After all, the Lin family was still alive. In his past life, he had died. If he only went this far against the people who murdered him, then he would have truly lived in vain. What kind of man doesn't take revenge? Aran, no matter what you want to do, I will support you. Go ahead and do it without fear. Don't forget, your wife is Luo Yao. Lin Ran immediately put on a look of annoyance. What are you talking about? I could forget myself before I could ever forget you. You are my spiritual pillar. Luo Yao nodded in satisfaction. If Lin Ran was always content to rely on her, that would be for the best. Aran, the people from the Samsung Chable are coming tomorrow. Can I go to the company? Lin Ran, you're injured. You must be careful. Don't worry, I know what I'm doing. Lin Ran, that's good. If you worsen your injury because you're irresponsible with yourself, then I'll lock you up and never let you out. Luo Yao smiled, a very happy smile. Okay, you can lock me up. We'll be locked up together, and neither of us will ever get out. Lin Ran immediately raised his hands in surrender. I was just saying, I could never bear to lock up such a cute wife. The next day arrived quickly. After leaving the house, Lin Ran and Luo Yao parted ways near the Luo Corporation office building. After Lin Ran left, Luo Yao's expression immediately turned as cold as a corpse. Finish the talks with Samsung as quickly as possible. We're going to prison. The negotiation was just an excuse. Going crazy was the real business. Her gentleness at the manor was often an act. In reality, these past 2 days, because Lin Ran had once again gotten entangled with Lu Rushue, she was about to explode with anger. Although after the PR efforts, people didn't dare to say anything more. But she could shut people's mouths. She couldn't shut their hearts. Luo Yao couldn't accept that people were still thinking that way, even if they didn't say it. She had to do something to vent her anger. At this time, downstairs at the Nuanyo Group building, it was the time when everyone was heading to work. Zhao Miao Miao had been waiting by Wu Zhishang's Ferrari for a whole night. After she left the police station, she was on the verge of a breakdown, and then she suddenly thought of Wu Zhishang. Previously, she had tried to wait for Wu Zhishang every day after work, but could never catch him. Later, as more and more netizens blocked the Nuanyo Group, she gave up. Now, she had come to find Wu Zhishang again, and Lu Jian was no longer by her side. Finally, Wu Zhishang appeared, with 3 women beside him. 2 of them were Chun Qingtian, who had just finished filming and returned to the company to report, and her manager assistant, Pei Qianqian. The other was Wu Zhishang's new assistant, Zhang Xinyan. Zhao Miao Miao was stunned. Putting aside whether a top-tier star like Chun Qingtian would have something going on with Wu Zhishang. Just look at the woman behind Wu Zhishang. Not only did her looks crush her own, but she was buxom where she should be and petite where she should be, a truly top-grade beauty. When did Wu Zhishang become such a player? May I truly all this say me, sobi. Zhishang, Zhao Miao Miao called out. Wu Zhishang's face darkened. He had actually seen Zhao Miao Miao long ago. She had been coming here often these past few days, and he had been avoiding her, even to the point of not driving his own car. As Zhao Miao Miao's former simp, he recognized the woman who had wronged him from a mile away. He was about to walk around her, but he didn't expect Zhao Miao Miao to actively block his path. Don't call me that. You can call me Mr. Wu or Wu Zhishang, but don't call me by my first name. I'm not worthy. Zhao Miao Miao completely ignored what Wu Zhishang said and instead pointed at Zhang Xinyan, questioning him. Who is this woman? Chun Qingtian's eyes lit up instantly. She stood there without moving, becoming a spectator. Zhang Xinyan looked like she was enjoying the show, with no intention of explaining. She had only guessed about Wu Zhishang and Zhao Miao Miao's relationship because of Lin Ran's livestream, but she knew nothing about the details. After all, this was Wu Zhishang's private matter, but she was happy to see someone causing trouble for him. Who she is has nothing to do with you. I didn't expect you to be this kind of person, fooling around with other women behind my back. Zhang Xinyan hadn't been bothered at first, but hearing Zhao Miao Miao say this made her a little angry. How could I let you falsely accuse me? So, she took the initiative to link her arm with Wu Zhishang's. Boss, didn't you ask me to accompany you tonight? Wu Zhishang's whole body stiffened. Although he was the company president, he was still inexperienced when it came to women being so forward. Qin Tian snickered. Wu Zhishang's reaction now was exactly the same as when he first met her. After all this time, this boy was still so shy and innocent. If possible, it wouldn't be out of the question to have him as a male concubine in her harem in the future. Zhao Miao Miao's eyes widened. You, Wu Zhishang, you're shameless. Wu Zhishang had been lost in Zhang Xinyan's bold move, but hearing Zhao Miao Miao's words, a wave of anger surged through him. What does my shamelessness have to do with you? And who are you? Zhao Miao Miao, I'm your girlfriend, and you're fooling around with another woman right in front of me. I'm sorry, we've already broken up. You should go find your little male bestie at the hotel and have fun. As for me, with a beauty in my arms, why should I pay any attention to you? Zhao Miao Miao was on the verge of tears from the grievance. Zhishang, why won't you believe me? Lu Jian and I just have a pure friendship. That time at the hotel was just us comforting each other as friends. You don't understand me at all. You really don't love me. Holy crap. Before Wu Zhishang could react to Zhao Miao Miao's statement, Qin Tian was the first to lose it. She considered herself a pretty jaded person, but in reality, she had never done anything too outrageous and was still a virgin. But this woman before her was playing games with someone else while she had a boyfriend. And that was one thing, but now she could stand in front of her ex-boyfriend and accuse him. In the past, Qin Tian didn't understand why Wu Zhishang was so hurt. Now, she suddenly understood and was even furious. Holy crap, what brand of hole are you? So full of it, and you can even spew it out. Zhao Miao Miao naturally recognized Qin Tian and knew she couldn't afford to provoke this woman, but she wasn't one to be pushed around either, so she retorted. I'm just speaking the facts. Qin Tian nearly ascended to heaven on the spot, so angry that she started cursing. I've never seen someone as shameless as you in my fucking life. Facts? What facts? The fact is you want to get your pipes cleaned by someone else, and then came back to your ex-boyfriend for warmth. Zhao Miao Miao was stunned. Wu Zhishang was stunned. Zhang Xinyan was stunned. Pei Qianqian was stunned. Even Lin Ran, who had just arrived, was stunned. And the passing employees, as well as the chickens, ducks, geese, dogs, and cats, were all stunned. No one had expected an A-list female celebrity to be so foul-mouthed when cursing someone out. Who do you think you are? What business is it of yours when I'm talking to my boyfriend? Qin Tian's fiery temper couldn't be held back. She grabbed Zhao Miao Miao's hair and gave her 2 slaps. I've never seen anyone as shameless as you. You should be thankful that the harmonious society saved you. Otherwise, for someone like you, I would have sent you to the mountains to live in a pigsty for the rest of your life. Slap, slap, slap. Lin Ran started applauding. Cousin is truly mighty. Oh, cousin-in-law is here. Where's your wife? Qin Tian said as she looked behind Lin Ran, but didn't see Luo Yao. My wife has something to do. I came to check things out. I didn't expect to see such an exciting scene. When Qin Tian didn't see Luo Yao, a look of disappointment flashed across her face. When Zhang Xinyan saw Lin Ran, she felt a little embarrassed about the past unpleasantness between them. Zhao Miao Miao broke free and cursed. Wu Zhishang, finna watch this bitch hit me? What's my relationship with you? What does it have to do with me if someone else hits you? If you like being a masochist, don't come to me. Your brother Lu Jian should like it. Although Wu Zhishang said this, there was a trace of loneliness in his heart. The woman he once loved, the woman he once held in the palm of his hand, had now fallen to such a miserable state. How many times have I told you? He and I are just friends. Are you ever going to stop? Even if we did have something, setting aside the facts, aren't you also at fault? Lin Ran couldn't listen anymore, but he didn't want to dirty his own hands. Old Wu, slap her. What are you waiting for? Wu Zhishang took a deep breath, and just as he was about to speak, Zhao Miao Miao added another line. Wu Zhishang, I love you so much, yet you keep doubting me. You've disappointed me so much. Brother Lin is right. If I don't slap this woman, can I still call myself a man? With a slap, Wu Zhishang himself was stunned. He had actually slapped Zhao Miao Miao. You dare to hit me? Apologize to me right now. Wu Zhishang's patience was finally exhausted. What did I do wrong? Was I wrong for catching you red-handed messing around with your male bestie in a hotel? Or was I wrong for you repeatedly abandoning me to go find your male bestie? Zhao Miao Miao screamed hysterically. I've already said it. Lu Jian and I are just ordinary best friends. Can't you understand what I'm saying? Wu Zhishang pulled Zhang Xinyan to his side. Zhang Xinyan was very uncomfortable with Wu Zhishang's action and quickly struggled to get away. Wu Zhishang glared at her fiercely. You were the one who initiated it, and you're the one running away. What do you want? Zhang Xinyan was suffering inside. She had thought this Zhao Miao Miao was Wu Zhishang's enemy, so she deliberately tried to annoy him. If she had known it would turn out like this, she would never have put herself at risk. Zhao Miao Miao, I'm not the person I used to be. We're over. Now I have more and better choices. Don't force me to look down on you. Get lost. Zhao Miao Miao took 3 steps back, looking at Wu Zhishang in disbelief. Lin Ran also walked up to Zhao Miao Miao. You and Lu Jian were the ones who released that video, right? Trying to use public opinion to pressure me? Are you worthy? I advise you two to hurry back to Gotham City. No one's even dancing there anymore. Hearing Lin Ran's words, Zhao Miao Miao said sadly, Lin Ran, and to think I used to think you were a decent person. I didn't expect you and Wu Zhishang to be two of kind. People like you will never find true love in your entire lives. Do you really think Luo Yao loves you? She's just using you as a tool for her own release. I looked into it. Luo Yao is a complete madwoman. Lin Ran's face darkened so much that water could drip from it. You can talk about me, but you dare talk about my wife? Xin Jingbing, where are you? Here, big brother. Xin Jingbing had been ready since the moment Lin Ran appeared. He knew that his skills would definitely be needed soon. He rushed out of the Nuanyo Media Building and dragged Zhao Miao Miao away. Lin Ran, although I don't have evidence to send you to jail, I do have Zaijiang saw/connections. Who are you? Let go of me. Don't struggle. I'm telling you, I have a certificate for mental illness. Xin Jingbing wasn't lying. He really had a certificate. Lin Ran had arranged for him to get it. As a tool, having a certificate made things easier. Brother Lin, what brings you here? Business. Let's talk inside. Lin Ran walked ahead, with Chun Qingtian beside him asking for Luo Yao's money-making secrets. Only Wu Zhishang remained, watching Xin Jingbing and Zhao Miao Miao still struggling. His eyes grew moist. Go tell Shun Jingbing to let her go. Zhang Xinyan, huh? Wu Zhishang left. Watching his lonely back, Zhang Xinyan felt as if a soft string in her heart had been plucked. Could such a hateful man also have a soft heart? Pa. What am I thinking? This is my enemy. Glancing at Zhao Miao Miao over there, a trace of disgust rose in Zhang Xinyan's heart. This woman's way of thinking was more explosive than a novel. He gave Shun Jingbing a few simple instructions and then also walked into the office building. Most of the Nuanyo Media Building was being redecorated. Wu Zhishang now had an ultra-luxurious office, all thanks to Luo Yao. You have to know, the entire building had now been bought by Luo Yao and given to Lin Ran. From its establishment, to earning its first pot of gold, to owning its own office building, a company had achieved all this in less than half a year. Arriving at the president's office, Lin Ran was instantly shocked. My God, the luxury of this office is almost on par with my wife's. Old Wu, you've been a bit vain lately. Wu Zhishang scratched his head. Not at all. This was all funded by the Luo Corporation, and the renovation was done by our own real estate company's people. Lin Ran nodded. Sit down. Cousin, you sit too. I have something to tell you guys. With so many scandals online recently, I'm planning to take over this wave of traffic. Wu Zhishang and Chun Qingtian were both stunned, not understanding what Lin Ran meant. Lin Ran remembered that in his previous life, Zhang Xiaolong had started to rise to prominence around this time because of this very issue. Now, Zhang Xiaolong's live stream was already incredibly popular, and with him as the capital behind it, he could push this matter forward. You guys also know that some time ago, even sanitary pads had a scandal. I'm preparing to produce a qualified sanitary pad. Zhang Xiaolong will promote it, and Cousin will be the spokesperson. This is a viable plan. Wu Zhishang, Brother Lin, we can just find a qualified product to promote. There's no need to produce it ourselves. Chen Qingtian, sigh. It's hard to explain this kind of thing. As a woman, I don't even know which brand to buy now. Lin Ran, Old Wu, listen to me. There aren't many good products on the market right now. We might as well produce our own. This wave will definitely be a hit. Go contact some factories, see if there are any we can negotiate to acquire directly. We'll just switch to good raw materials and start production and sales. Wu Zhishang nodded. Although I don't agree with your statement, I know you're right because you're Lin Ran. This was what it meant to be brothers. Even if you didn't believe him, you chose to support him. Wu Zhishang then looked at Zhang Xinyan. As a professional assistant, you go handle the paperwork. Show me what you're capable of. Remember, for every day you're faster, our product can be launched a day earlier. This is about ensuring the safety of women across the country. There's no time to delay. Wu Zhishang's words left Zhang Xinyan momentarily stunned. It turned out this man wasn't so hateful after all. He had a bit of justice in his heart. Okay, With that, the official business was concluded. Seeing that Lin Ran wasn't planning to leave yet, Wu Zhishang asked a question. Brother Lin, sister-in-law is so good to you. But I have one question. What question? Look at our company. We used to work on one floor, now it's a whole building. Although we've saved on rent, the maintenance costs are a lot higher than before. I'm worried we won't be able to make ends meet in the future. Lin Ran gave Wu Zhishang a strange look. Have you forgotten what my wife said? What's the reason a company goes bankrupt? No money. Do I have money? Yes, but not much. Lin Ran's face darkened. He changed the question. Does my wife have money? Of course she does. Then what the hell are you worried about? Behind Wu Zhishang, Zhang Xinyan shot Lin Ran a contemptuous look, thinking to herself, kept man shameless. Brother Lin, actually, I still haven't figured it out. What exactly does sister-in-law see in you? And did you two really know each other as kids? This question piqued not only Wu Zhishang's curiosity, but also Chen Qingtian's, who perked up her ears. She wanted to know too. Of course, Zhang Xinyan behind them also wanted to know. Just how many unknown secrets were there between Lin Ran and Luo Yao? Lin Ran looked at the three of them with their gossiping expressions and asked, "Want to know?" The three of them nodded like puppets. "We're brothers, so I'll tell you. Get the stuff ready." Wu Zhishang, Assistant Zhang, prepare the stuff. Zhang Xinyan. Mr. Wu, I don't quite understand. Chen Qingtian gave Wu Zhishang an exasperated look, then gently reminded Zhang Xinyan. He's asking you to prepare drinks and melon seeds. Zhang Xinyan, what are these for? Wu Zhishang's face turned cold. I told you to prepare them, not to ask questions. Okay. When Zhang Xinyan brought the items over, she finally understood what they were for. Lin Ran sat majestically in the boss's chair. Tell us, the group said, full of anticipation. Lin Ran looked at Zhang Xinyan and said, What are you doing here? Get out. Zhang Xinyan asked blankly. Am I not qualified to listen? A slight smile touched Lin Ran's lips. Well, you could. But listening to stories costs money. When I tell stories on my live stream, the tips are in the millions. Zhang Xinyan, I don't have that much money. How about I give you 500? Lin Ran, holy crap. Who are you insulting? Get out. Then how much do you want? At least a month's salary. Fine, I don't want my salary. Lin Ran's lips curled up as he looked at Wu Zhishang. See? Just a few words, and I've saved the company an expense. Wu Zhishang and Chen Qingtian's faces were black. Now tell us. Lin Ran looked at the two of them with an innocent expression. Holy crap, you can't be serious. Assistant Zhang has already paid. Aren't you two going to chip in? The two were instantly stunned. So he was waiting for them here. Wu Zhishang, damn it, I'm not listening anymore. Chen Qingtian, cousin-in-law, my dreams require money to support them. You're not trying to take away my dreams, are you? Lin Ran, how about this? I don't want money. You two kiss right here, and I'll tell you. Chen Qingtian was instantly dumbfounded. Wu Zhishang said shyly, well, that could also be an option. Chen Qingtian grabbed Wu Zhishang by the collar. You like to kiss, huh? Do you need me to find a few girls to take turns kissing you? No, I was wrong. Chen Qingtian let go of Wu Zhishang and looked at Lin Ran coldly. Are you going to tell us or not? Lin Ran saw Chen Qingtian's gaze and narrowed his eyes, saying, Besides Luo Yao, no one can threaten me. Chen Qingtian scoffed. Oh my, what should I do? I saw my cousin-in-law harassing. Zhang Xinyan. Isn't that right, mister? Wu. Wu Zhishang nodded hastily. Zhang Xinyan. That's right, that's what happened. He even wanted to dock my pay. Lin Ran's mouth twitched. He admitted he had underestimated Chen Qingtian. Fine, I'll talk. Actually, I didn't know my wife when I was little. It was a dark and stormy night. Of course, Lin Ran only told them some of the pleasant things, not the full context. At the same time, let's shift our focus to the female lead. Next, please enjoy Luo Yao's performance. In the negotiation room of Luo Corporation, Luo Yao's talks with the people from Samsung had broken down. The reason was that the Samsung Chaeble's representative, Park Bo-ki, claimed that Luo Yao's insulting behavior toward his ex-wife and son violated human decency and demanded that Luo Corporation make concessions. As a result, Luo Yao directly launched a strong counterattack. So Park Bo-ki nonchalantly spread one hand and said, Fine, I will tell everyone what you did to us. And without my Samsung, you won't be able to find a better partner. Why did he spread one hand? Because that hand was pathetically in a cast, blown up by phone. And we, Samsung, as one of the most famous chaebles in K-country and even the world, I'm sure many people would be willing to work with us. Luo Yao had been watching them blabber the whole time, and at this point, she finally couldn't take it anymore. Or rather, she had never been one to do business through forbearance. So, Just say what you want to say. If you're not going to say it, then get out. Park Bo-ki was stunned. President Luo, you're actually cursing? Your attitude makes it very difficult for me to proceed. Luo Yao directly flipped the table. Difficult to proceed? Then let's not proceed. Lu Meng, show the dogs out. Park Bo-ki was shocked and quickly said, President Luo, are you really giving up the opportunity to cooperate with our great Samsung? Did you understand my terms? Luo Yao, I understand Chinese better than you do. Get out. Also, you people from Little K country, stop calling yourselves great. You're just a tiny bit. As she spoke, a gesture that every K country person would understand appeared before him. You're crude. How dare you? I am a current representative of Samsung. And so, the dignified Samsung representative and his team were thrown out of the Luo Corporation. This scene was recorded by people outside and posted online. Unexpectedly, not only did netizens not blame her, but they applauded. This shows just how much animosity the people of Huaxia have towards the people of K country. You could be a bit arrogant, and it doesn't matter if you're a bit cocky, but if you're always a thief, then that's your fault. As a representative of Samsung, Park Bo-ki had never been so humiliated. He swore to make Luo Yao pay the price. But at this moment, he didn't know that this would be the lightest punishment he would receive for some time to come. After the people were thrown out, Luo Yao tidied up her appearance, ensuring she was stunningly beautiful. Lu Meng, bring a professional. Let's go. After that, they left Luo Corporation and headed straight for the first women's prison. Lu Rushue's days were not fit for a human. During the day, she had to do the work of 3 people. At mealtime, she couldn't eat human food. The food had to be chosen by others first, and she could only eat the leftovers they threw in the trash can. At night, she couldn't sleep on the communal bunk, only by the toilet. From time to time, she would also be beaten. The people in this cell had a rule. The first time they saw Lu Rushue each day, they had to give her a big slap. So since she arrived, Lu Rushue's face had never stopped being swollen. These days, she was on the verge of breaking down, holding on only by the belief that Brother Lin Ran will come save me. If she had known it would be like this here, she would never have pulled a knife on Hua Haney. At this point, Lu Rushue finally felt regret. Lu Rushue. The sudden call made Lu Rushue's tense nerves instantly alert. Present, come out, you have a visitor. Lu Rushue's eyes instantly lit up, and her whole body relaxed with a sigh of relief. The most likely person to visit her here at this time was Lin Ran. Speaking of which, she had been here for so many days. Why hadn't anyone from her family come to visit her? They didn't even show up at the trial. But it was okay. Now, her brother Lin Ran was finally here to save her. Lu Rushue followed the prison guard. As she got closer to the visitation room, Lu Rushue felt more and more at ease. The thought of being released on medical parole made her happy. But when she entered the visitation room, Lu Rushue felt a shiver run through her entire body. The woman who injured her every time they met was looking at her coldly through the transparent glass. Lu Rushue swallowed and picked up the phone. You, what are you here for? Where's Brother Lin Ran? Hearing Lu Rushue's Brother Lin Ran, Luo Yao's gaze towards Lu Rushue was like looking at a dead person. Aran isn't coming. You will never see Aran. Lu Rushue didn't believe this at all. She just thought that Lin Ran was being kept under watch by this bitch Luo Yao, and that's why he couldn't come to see her. You're lying. Brother Lin Ran wouldn't abandon me. He loves me so much. Suddenly, seeing Lu Rushue's furious yet powerless rage through the glass, Luo Yao felt a bit of satisfaction in her heart. Coupled with Lu Rushue's highly swollen face, she looked particularly cute. Aran doesn't love you, and you will never see him. But I think even if Aran did come and saw your symmetrical face, he would laugh out loud, right? This was the first time Luo Yao had spoken to Lu Rushue so calmly. She didn't even mind saying a few more words. She found it quite interesting. Lu Rushue became even more furious. Through the glass, she felt a bit more reckless. After all, Luo Yao couldn't hit her through the glass, right? You're lying. The one Brother Lin Ran has always liked is me. Luo Yao, you will never have Brother Lin Ran's love. Lu Rushue's words caused the temperature in the entire visitation room to drop abruptly. Lu Meng, standing behind Luo Yao, sighed softly. Sigh, you'll die even if you don't court death. Courting death will only make you die a more miserable death. Luo Yao's ice-cold voice came through the microphone. Do you know why you're here? Do you know why you killed Hua Haney? Lu Rushue? What does that have to do with you? Luo Yao. The reason to make Lin Ran forgive you is so that you can completely cut ties with your best friend to prove your determination. Lu Rushue's eyes widened, looking at Luo Yao in disbelief. You. It was you. No matter how slow Lu Rushue was, she figured out that Luo Yao was the culprit. It turned out that everything that had happened to her was all by design. Luo Yao, you're such a vicious woman. Brother Lin Ran hates people like you the most. Luo Yao closed her eyes, her mind filled with images of Lu Ruxue being bullied in prison. After a long while, she finally opened her eyes. I came today, actually, to borrow something from you. My bedroom is missing a decoration. Luo Yao's gaze made Lu Ruxue's whole body go cold in an instant. She felt as if she were already dead. Luo Yao, don't try to scare me. This isn't a place where you can do whatever you want. Who do you think you are? Just a bitch who only knows how to steal other people's men? A homewrecker. The more Lu Ruxue cursed, the more excited she became. She suddenly felt that this was quite satisfying. Besides, I don't have anything to lend you. Even if I did, I would never give it to you, because a homewrecker like you doesn't deserve anything from me. In the past, Lu Ruxue was timid and submissive whenever she saw Luo Yao, always fantasizing about a day when she could let loose and curse at her. She never expected to realize this wish here. It's not scary to not see yourself clearly. What's tragic is not seeing your opponent clearly. Hee hee hee. Hee hee hee. Hearing Luo Yao's laughter, Lu Ruxue felt a chill run down her spine and instantly fell silent. Lu Ruxue, do you want to see our Ran? As long as you say you do, I can grant your wish. Luo Yao's laughter suddenly stopped, and she asked this strange question instead. Lu Ruxue's whole body was trembling. She didn't know how to answer. Would this malicious woman Luo Yao really let Brother Lin Ran see her? How was that possible? She wouldn't believe it even if you beat her to death. Her mind didn't believe it, but her mouth said, I want to. Luo Yao smiled, a very happy smile. Good, I'll take you to see our Ran right now. Lu Ruxue looked at Luo Yao in shock, unable to believe that Luo Yao had actually agreed to let her see Lin Ran. As long as she could see Brother Lin Ran, she could act pitiful, play the victim, and Brother Lin Ran would surely step in. And it wasn't exactly an act. She was truly miserable right now. By the way, I personally picked out your cell. You've had a very happy time in there, haven't you? Just as Lu Ruxue was fantasizing, Luo Yao's voice came through, and Lu Ruxue froze. All the strength in her body was instantly drained. She felt like she had fallen into a huge pit, one she could never climb out of. You were the one who made them target me? No wonder I was bullied as soon as I arrived. She had always thought this was the treatment every newcomer received. It turned out to be a special treatment, just for her. What exactly do you want? Just let me go. I promise I won't go looking for Brother Lin Ran anymore. By now, Lu Ruxue's mind had finally cleared. She understood that Luo Yao was lying to her, that she never actually intended to take her to see Lin Ran. This woman could manipulate those people to deal with her. Lu Ruxue was terrified, because the suffering she had endured these past few days was more than she had suffered in her entire life. She had even developed persistent incontinence. Just now, when she was shouting excitedly, she felt like she had lost control. She had only managed to survive through sheer willpower. In the past, Luo Yao had not managed to make Lu Ruxue submit, but Luo Yao's current methods had made her surrender. Don't worry, I will take you to see our Ran, and you'll be able to see him all the time. I keep my promises. Lu Ruxue found Luo Yao more and more incomprehensible, until Luo Yao had finished admiring Lu Ruxue's miserable state and stood up again. It was already a miracle that she could say so much to Lu Ruxue. Seeing Lu Ruxue's current miserable state finally made her happy, sweeping away the gloom of the past few days. You should feel honored that I could speak to you for so long. Luo Yao hung up the phone and left. Lu Ruxue was completely bewildered. Luo Yao, you liar. Didn't you say you'd take me to see Brother Lin Ran? After leaving the visitation room, Luo Yao waited quietly. Waited and waited. After about 10 minutes, Lu Meng came out with a glass jar and handed it to Luo Yao. Luo Yao glanced at it and said, the people below are really not careful with their work. This isn't even perfect, but if it's from Lu Ruxue, then there's nothing perfect about it anyway. Luo Yao held up the jar in her hand to the sunlight. Since it was already winter, the temperature outside was a bit low, and the temperature difference instantly covered the surface of the jar with a layer of fog. But the pair inside, their outlines were still visible. Lu Meng was covered in a cold sweat, thinking to herself, who is as capable as you? Besides you, no one else can remove eyeballs without causing injury. Luo Yao left with the specimen she wanted. As for Lu Ruxue, when she returned to her cell, she had already fainted. Looking at her, there were 2 bloody holes on her face. This woman just tried to escape. During the pursuit, her eyes were bitten by a police dog. Fortunately, she was rescued in time and her life was saved, but her eyes were removed. Take good care of her these next few days. Don't let her get any ideas. If she dies, I'll hold you all responsible. The people in the cell saw Lu Rushue's condition, and a cold shiver ran through them all. Even they, a group of vicious women, were shaken. The person Lu Rushue had offended was truly terrifying. They all thought they were ruthless, vicious, and poisonous enough. But today they discovered that in this dark world, there was always someone more formidable than them. This kind of method was even worse than just killing someone outright. Some might ask, when dealing with your enemy, is it better to torture them slowly or to kill them with a single blow? For someone like Luo Yao, it depended on the enemy. If they were a threat to her, especially a threat to Lin Ran, then she would definitely kill them with a single blow as soon as she had the chance. But for those enemies who posed no threat to her, watching them jump around only to realize their own powerlessness was a very happy thing. Perhaps Lin Ran was also this type of person. Of course, this was basically dancing on Shunyi's face. In the environment of the urban genre, where you can't even kill people, to be able to do this really took skill. Disclaimer again. This book is set in a fictional world and should not be compared to reality. On the way back, Lin Ran's call came through. Yao, where are you? I miss you. I didn't see you in your office. The smile on Luo Yao's lips widened. See? Our Ran loves her. I'm out on an errand. I'm on my way back now. Okay, I'll wait for you at home. After hanging up, Luo Yao leaned back in the seat of the business van, looked at the specimen, and said, See? Our Ran and I are a family. Lu Meng in the front seat was sweating profusely. Speaking of which, President Luo hadn't had an episode in a long time. This time, because of Lin Tianba's video, it was Lu Rushue who ended up getting hurt. But no matter who it was, Lu Meng felt no sympathy. She wasn't a saint. What she felt was a trace of unease, a fear that if she didn't do her job well one day, she would also be treated like this by President Luo. She touched her eyes. Thank goodness they were still there. President Luo was an eyeball collector. She had to be more serious in her work in the future. The most important thing to note was to never look at Lin Ran unless absolutely necessary. When Luo Yao returned to the manor, Lin Ran hadn't come back yet, so she went into the bedroom first. She found a very good spot in the room to place it. It wasn't very conspicuous, but it was directly opposite the head of the bed. She had chosen this spot long ago. It was just right. You want to see our Ran? I'll let you watch every day. Her words carried a hint of playfulness, a hint of cuteness, a hint of ruthlessness, and a hint of sickness. It wasn't until this moment that Luo Yao suddenly froze again. What had she done? She had actually gone to the prison and borrowed Lu Rushue's windows, and now she had placed them in the bedroom. This was perverted, but it felt so good. What's done is done. No regrets. And she had said she would make Lu Rushue watch how she possessed Lin Ran every day. She had really done it. At the same time, Lin Ran also returned to the manor. Yao, I'm back. Did you miss me? After leaving the Nuanyo group, Lin Ran had originally intended to go straight to find Luo Yao, only to discover when he arrived that Luo Yao was no longer in her Luo Corporation office. He later found out from a phone call that Luo Yao had gone out on an errand, so he returned to the manor, not expecting Luo Yao to have arrived home before him. Seeing Lin Ran enter, Luo Yao's smile instantly returned. She threw herself into Lin Ran's arms, her eyes glancing at the place where she had just put the object. Of course I miss our Ran. I think about our Ran all the time. I want to see our Ran, and I want others to see how sweet we are. Lin Ran? Why does Luo Yao seem to be speaking so strangely today? But Lin Ran still swept Luo Yao in his arms, this woman who had taken him as her spiritual pillar since childhood. Ha, my wife is so cute. Such a cute wife deserves a passionate kiss as a reward. As the passionate kiss ended, Luo Yao's eyes darted around. Aran, I want you. Huh? You want it before we even eat. Lin Ran was instantly captivated. All right. If you want it, I'll give it to you. Who made you my little devil? A little devil naturally has a little devil's way of thinking and style of doing things. However, Luo Yao's injury hadn't healed yet, so Lin Ran was particularly careful. With the elegant music playing, Luo Yao finally achieved the psychological satisfaction she desired, and the staff in the dining room just stood there, waiting for their master and mistress to come down for their meal. By the time they finished, it was already dark. Lin Ran's stomach felt empty. Aran, you go to the dining room first. I'll be right there. Okay. After Lin Ran left barefoot, Luo Yao's expression instantly turned cold. She looked in a certain direction and said coldly, I keep my promises. I didn't lie to you, did I? I really let you see Aran, didn't I? Luo Yao wore a sick smile. If anyone else saw it, they would be scared enough to want to run away. But not Lin Ran, because he had already seen it. Just as Lin Ran left the bedroom, he realized he wasn't wearing slippers, so he went back to the bedroom to put them on. And then he saw that scene. Lin Ran didn't say anything. Instead, he quietly exited the room, without Luo Yao discovering him the entire time. When Luo Yao arrived at the dining room, she frowned seeing Lin Ran barefoot. "Ran, aren't you cold?" Lin Ran seemed to just realize he wasn't wearing shoes. "Oh, where are my shoes?" "Oh, I think they're in the bedroom." Just then, a servant very thoughtfully brought over a new pair of slippers. Only then was Luo Yao satisfied and accepted Lin Ran's feeding. Butler Fu stood by without a word, but his heart was itching to death, because he had just learned that Wang Ma had returned. He wanted to go see her, but he was afraid Wang Ma would kick him out. Moreover, it was time for the young lady and young Master Lin to eat, so he couldn't leave. Although the servants could also serve them their meal, Butler Fu was always worried about the servants, afraid they would be clumsy and, on top of that, sometimes fail to understand the master's and mistress's intentions. Lin Ran fed Luo Yao another bite of egg custard, glanced at Butler Fu, and then said leisurely, "What's wrong? Has Wang Ma returned?" Butler Fu's eyes widened, and he said in disbelief, "Young Master Lin, how did you know? It's like you're a god." Luo Yao gave Butler Fu a cold look. Lin Ran quickly placated Luo Yao before speaking again. "Because Wang Ma already called me yesterday to give me a heads up, and she said she wanted to thank me and Yao Yao personally, but she didn't mention you." Butler Fu was stunned. "Oh, is that so? That's good. It was my fault. You should save those words for Wang Ma. It's useless to say them to us. Only when Wang Ma forgives you can you avoid having to kill yourself." Butler Fu sighed. How had he never noticed before that young Master Lin's attack power was so strong? That mouth of his was practically a murderous knife. Sure enough, Luo Yao gave Butler Fu another cold look. This was the second time she had looked at him during the meal, both times with the look one gives a dead person. A shiver ran through Butler Fu's body, and he thought to himself, "Young Master Lin, please stop your divine powers." After the meal, Luo Yao went to the study to do some work, while Lin Ran stayed behind to have a word with Butler Fu. "Ran, before I have a talk with Wang Ma, you'd better talk less to that heartbreaker, lest you be corrupted." Butler Fu. He wanted to cry. After Luo Yao left, Butler Fu had a sad look on his face. "Young Master Lin, please spare this old servant. It's already not been easy for this old servant to survive under the young lady." Lin Ran, "Fine. Seeing as it's been so tough for you, I need you to help me plan a birthday gift that will satisfy Yao Yao." Butler Fu looked at Lin Ran in disbelief. He didn't expect Lin Ran to know that Luo Yao's birthday was coming up. "Young Master Lin, you know the young lady's birthday?" "Of course I know. It's the 8th day of the 12th lunar month." In his previous life, Lin Ran had once used the excuse of buying Luo Yao a birthday gift to escape and meet Lu Ruxue. When Luo Yao found out, she directly captured Lin Ran and gave him a harsh punishment. Afterwards, Luo Yao personally applied medicine to his wounds. Lin Ran clearly remembered that at the time. He had slapped Luo Yao hard and said, "You perverted woman, I don't like you at all. Even if you lock me up, I will never like you." Luo Yao was very hurt at the time, and then she really did lock Lin Ran up. It lasted for a full 3 months before Luo Yao released him again. After that, Luo Yao never celebrated her birthday again. Later, Lin Ran also learned that Luo Yao had actually rarely celebrated her birthday since she was a child. At least, Butler Fu didn't know about it. Thinking of those past events, Lin Ran's heart was filled with mixed feelings. "I abused Luo Yao 1,000 times, and Luo Yao treated me like her first love. Although it was a bit painful at times, behind this pain was still love. What's wrong with love? Love is great, it's holy, it's worthy of respect. True love only requires 2 simple people. Constant nurturing is the process that allows a love to last." And Lin Ran was planning to give Luo Yao a surprise on her birthday this time. This surprise might not be big, but it was all he could offer. With this sentiment from young Master Lin, I'm sure the young lady will be very happy. Actually, the young lady has probably never celebrated her birthday since she was a child. At least I don't know about it. Do you know if she had birthdays when she was a child? Butler Fu thought for a moment and replied, "I don't know that. After all, I didn't take care of the young lady from a young age." But although the young lady rarely talks about her past, it's clear that she was lonely and helpless. A girl who was not favored at home, it's normal that no one would celebrate her birthday, right? Especially in such a large family. Lin Ran shook his head. He didn't think what Butler Fu said was necessarily right. "So, don't think you understand your young lady, just as you don't understand anyone's past. What the eyes see may not be true, and I have some doubts about what you said. After all, you're a bit blind. Butler Fu felt like he had been scolded, but he couldn't scold back, so he could only make an excuse. This old servant's eyes are still very useful. Lin ran. If you weren't blind, how could you not see what's in Wang Ma's heart? Damn, young Master Lin, why are you even attacking your own people? If you weren't the young master, I would really want to curse at you, but you don't dare. Sigh. Butler Fu was mentally exhausted. He didn't want to stay here any longer. It was too heart-wrenching. I'll go get busy then. Young Master Lin, you can wait for the young lady here. Wait, is there anything else? Butler Fu asked temptingly. Besides planning Yao Yao's birthday, you have another job for me. Find a way to give this to Lin the turtle. Lin Ran handed him a file folder. Who? The biggest turtle in the Lin family. Butler Fu suddenly realized who Lin Ran was talking about. Oh. Okay, I'll get this done tomorrow. But what is this? The paternity report for Lin Tianba and Lin Jian. You can look at it if you want, or rather, anyone can look at it. Butler Fu's eyes instantly lit up with curiosity. Looking at the file folder in his hand, the light of gossip was undeniable. So while he was in the hospital, young Master Lin had actually discovered such a huge scoop? What a big scoop, but it's missing something. Then I'll go find some. Work to do. Young Master Lin, you stay busy. After Butler Fu left, he went straight to find Wang Ma with some melon seeds. After all, Wang Ma had worked for the Lin family for so long, she must also love to eat this melon. Gossip. Because Luo Yao had gone to the prison during the day, she had some unfinished work and was in the study completing it. Lin Ran had originally thought of going to keep her company, but he was afraid that Luo Yao would not be able to resist wanting to have a story with him, which would delay her work and affect her efficiency. So he chose to return to the bedroom and went to the spot where Luo Yao had left before dinner. Lin Ran looked at an object in front of him and felt a bit strange. This decoration seemed to have been placed here today. Could it be that what Luo Yao said the bedroom was missing was this? What exactly was this? Lifting the gauze covering it, Lin Ran instantly felt his scalp tingle. This was actually whose? Lin Ran took 2 deep breaths to calm himself down. He never expected Luo Yao to have such a hobby. He chose to quietly exit the bedroom and went outside the villa. The thing in the jar in the bedroom, whose was it? Actually, Lin Ran had a guess. To know the truth of the matter, one must first see the essence of the matter. For example, why was that pair of things placed in the bedroom? Luo Yao's greatest hobby in life was to possess him. What she hated most were people who tried to snatch him from her, and people who had a grudge against her. But in comparison, the former was what Luo Yao hated more. So, Lu Rushue was the woman who tried to steal him away. So in Luo Yao's eyes, she was the #1 enemy. And Luo Yao had also said that she would make Lu Rushue watch as she was possessed by her. When Luo Yao said this, her tone was cold and sick. Lin Ran didn't think Luo Yao was the type to joke around. So, the things inside were Lu Rushue's. Lin Ran felt that his guess was pretty much correct. Having guessed this fact, Lin Ran felt no sympathy at all. Instead, he felt grateful to Luo Yao in his heart. His wife was truly domineering and mighty, a woman of her word. She did this wonderfully. In his previous life, his death was caused by Lu Rushue. In this life, he thought that reaching the previous level of revenge would be enough. Unexpectedly, Luo Yao directly added 2 more stabs to this pain. This was even more satisfying than killing Lu Rushue. She was indeed his, Lin Ran's wife. He would never sympathize with Lu Rushue, because Lu Rushue deserved it. A woman who could stab him to death without hesitation, he could not possibly feel a shred of pity for her. And compared to Lu Rushue's miserable state in a previous life, her current situation was actually considered good. Having figured this out, Lin Ran's heart instantly felt at ease. The night view of the manor was also very beautiful, but since the temperature had dropped now, he and Luo Yao hadn't strolled around the manor for a long time. They had even been going to the Sky Garden less recently, even though it was temperature-controlled. It was all Lin Tianba's fault, always causing trouble for him. Lin Ran looked at the construction site next to the manor, which was still lit up, and was stunned. The amusement park construction had already begun. Luo Yao was too good to him. What had he done to deserve this? Looking at the stars in the sky, Lin Ran expressed his heartfelt emotions. Excuse me, which of you stars is from the fairy system? Tell me, is Yao Yao the most beautiful one there? I'm not the most beautiful in the fairy system. I just want to be the most beautiful in your heart. Luo Yao's voice came from behind him. Lin Ran was stunned. He turned around and saw Luo Yao's breathtakingly beautiful face. Luo Yao's makeup today was very distinctive, a kind of very stunning beauty makeup. Reflected in the lights outside the villa, It looked particularly bright, surpassing all the colors in the world. Yao Yao. Actually, I wanted to ask just now, your makeup has changed today. How are you so beautiful? Luo Yao's brow furrowed slightly. So I wasn't beautiful before. Lin Ran immediately shook his head like a rattle drum, explaining for the sake of his own fate. You're always beautiful. When you don't wear makeup, you're very clean, a bit mischievous, and cute. With light makeup, you're a bit cold, what's commonly known as an Ice Mountain beauty, but you're the #1 Ice Mountain beauty, the kind that no one dislikes. Today, your makeup is a bit different from usual. You're not cold today, you're a very delicate and natural kind of beautiful. If a woman saw you, she would surely feel so inferior, she'd have no place to hide. Hearing Lin Ran's string of explanations, Luo Yao finally smiled again. Do you like it? Of course I like it, but I'm also worried. You're so beautifully made up. Who are you trying to show it to? You didn't go out to meet someone behind my back today, did you? Luo Yao answered immediately, without any thought. It doesn't matter who I saw. Right now, I only want you to see it. Is it beautiful? Beautiful. I love to see it. Seeing that Luo Yao didn't say, Lin Ran also chose not to ask. What's the most important thing between a husband and wife? Trust. Of course, that's on the premise that both people know the other loves them. Why didn't Luo Yao tell him? She must be afraid that he would become fearful and run away from her. So, he also chose to pretend he didn't know. This was the correct way to get along with Luo Yao. Although Lin Ran had said that they should talk things out to avoid misunderstandings. But that was on the premise that a misunderstanding could arise. Today's matter would not cause any misunderstanding, so it was tacitly understood. Actually, even if there was a misunderstanding, it would all be Luo Yao misunderstanding him. It was impossible for him to misunderstand Luo Yao. Lin Ran's obedience made Luo Yao feel as if she were in a different world. This was the life she had once dreamed of. Chapter 280. It's been a long time since we've looked at the stars. I'll accompany you. The two hadn't been to the sky garden in a long time. The weather now was a bit cold, but the garden was still a constant temperature, and the flowers and plants were still blooming brilliantly. The ones that weren't brilliant had been replaced. The two of them looked up at the starry sky, and Luo Yao suddenly laughed out loud. Hearing the beautiful, bell-like sound, Lin Ran felt his heart leap. This was the devastating effect Luo Yao had on him. What are you laughing at? A look of reminiscence appeared on Luo Yao's face. Aran, do you remember? That one time, you set fire to more than half of the plants here with a single match, and you even said, even if you brought all the most precious flowers in the world here, I wouldn't deign to give them a second look. Lin Ran instantly lowered his head, filled with shame. Why on earth did he burn a garden? Wasn't that just causing trouble for people? Yao Yao, can you stop teasing me with these things all the time? Luo Yao, Aran is actually getting embarrassed? Didn't you also say back then that you disliked everything here? Actually, those memories weren't pleasant. At the time, these things had thrown Luo Yao into a state of despair. She didn't understand why Ran disliked the things she had prepared for him. At that time, she even thought that Lin Ran might just dislike the plants here, and she replaced them batch after batch. But now, her Ran truly belonged to her, and thinking back on these unpleasant memories, they suddenly became beautiful. A person living in hell will never know the beauty of heaven. In the past, I ate shit every day, so naturally I thought the world was stinky. Now that I've tasted the sweetest delicacy, I understand the world can also be sweet. So now I like it very much. Lin Ran said as he admired the flowers and plants here, which were all rare species. Sweet, huh? Luo Yao pointed to the rare flowers and plants in the garden and asked, then tell me which ones you like the most, and I'll have them all replaced with the style you like. Lin Ran shook his head and said, you can't replace them with the style I like. Impossible. There's nothing I can't do. A playful smile appeared on Lin Ran's face. In this whole manner, even in the whole world, the only one I like is you. Can you turn this world into a giant Luo Yao? Luo Yao stared at Lin Ran in a daze. She admitted that Lin Ran's answer was already off the charts. Aran, now I really can't figure out just how much you love me. But I really love this kind of life. We will definitely be happy, right? Seeing Luo Yao's serious expression, Lin Ran's heart was also complicated. If he hadn't been blind and had recognized Luo Yao sooner, then happiness wouldn't have knocked on his door so late. I don't know how much I love you, because love can't be measured. But I can guarantee that my love for you is almost catching up to your love for me. Luo Yao was moved to tears. In this world, the only person who could make her feel moved was probably Lin Ran. Lin Ran continued to profess his love. There's a saying that goes, in matters of love, whoever gets serious first loses. But I won't let you lose, just as I unconditionally trust that you won't let me lose, because I'm more serious about you than I am about my own life. Lin Ran rarely spoke such serious words of love. Every time before, he had a gentle tone. Only this time, he was incomparably forceful. Of course, his actions were also forceful. Aran, I need to confirm. I love you. Confirmation is welcome at any time. Luo Yao snuggled into Lin Ran's arms, a feeling of pure bliss washing over her. Aran, I won't allow you to not take your own life seriously. Only if you are alive can I be happy. As you command, my dear wife. The stars in the sky couldn't speak, but they twinkled as if they had seen the most beautiful scene. The flowers and trees beside them couldn't speak, but a pair of blue eyes blinked as if they had seen the happiest sight. And they even revealed a very human-like smile. The night passed without a word. The next day, Lin Tianba took Lu Yuemei and her son to hide, but they were recognized wherever they went. China has a characteristic, which is that there are many people everywhere. Finally, in a dilapidated little motel, the owner didn't recognize them because he didn't pay attention to the internet. Lin Tianba finally managed to check in successfully. Seeing Lin Tianba holding a stack of crumpled small bills, the owner was getting impatient. In this day and age, there were actually people who didn't even use QR code payments. I'll take a 500 yuan deposit from you. The room rate is 100 per day. Renew or check out before 12 noon every day. The air conditioner in the room cannot be turned on. The heating works well. If you need hot water, come to the front desk to get a kettle. Got it. Lin Tianba suppressed his anger and nodded. Okay. Lin Tianba led his family into the somewhat dilapidated room. First of all, it was so small that there was only one bed, with very little space to walk. And although the room had heating, it was still so cold that he shivered. The foot of the bed was directly opposite the narrow bathroom, not even a meter away. But for the price of 100 a day, in a place like Kyoto, having a place to stay was good enough. Seeing the environment inside, Lin Tianba was about to lose his mind. What kind of bad karma had he accumulated to end up in such a state? You have to know, he was once the boss of a multi-billion group. Thinking of this, Lin Tianba naturally thought of the culprit who had made him this way, and that was Lin Ran. Rebellious son, this rebellious son. What exactly does he want? Does he know what kind of life his own father is living now? To actually start a live stream and openly criticize me? Does he have any respect for me, his father, in his eyes? It's infuriating. Lu Yuemei had already indicated that she didn't want to talk anymore. Her mentality had now completely changed. She could see that it was impossible to make a comeback by relying on Lin Tianba. If Lin Tianba didn't solve the current problem, then she planned to leave with her son. Of course, she had to get a divorce first. And Lin Jian was currently lying on the bed with lifeless eyes. He hadn't smiled since his downfall. These past 2 days, he had finally gotten a breather and should have been able to make a comeback with his superb acting skills and victim persona. But unexpectedly, Lin Ran directly took a huge dump on him, leaving him with no way to clean himself up. The 2 influencer incubation companies that had previously contacted him for a contract had now gone silent. He was really tired of this kind of life. Dad, I'm cold, I'm hungry. Lin Jian felt aggrieved and wanted to cry, but he held it back. Because he thought he was a man, after all, and couldn't cry easily. Lin Tianba was also at his wit's end. After paying the room fee, he now didn't even have money for food. Yuemei, do you still have any money? Lu Yuemei quickly shook her head. I really don't have any more, husband. All my money was spent when you were in the hospital last time. Lin Jian gave Lu Yuemei a strange look, thinking to himself, wasn't it he who spent that money? But he couldn't say it out loud, because Lin Tianba had no idea they had hidden personal savings. Lin Tianba sighed helplessly. It's all that bastard Lin Ran's fault. He's going to be the death of me. Lu Yuemei quietly slipped her phone into her underwear. She had lied. She still had money. It was tips from those clients. Besides her and the clients, no one else knew, not even Brother Dao. But she couldn't take it out because this was her last resort. It wasn't much, just over 10,000 yuan. Now, that Lin Tianba knew what Lu Yuemei was doing. He was basically keeping her on a tight leash, not letting her leave the house at all. Several times, it was Brother Dao's men who had to forcibly hold Lin Tianba back so she could get out. Of course, she had to come back afterwards. Firstly, because Lin Jian was still with Lin Tianba, and secondly, she wanted to see if Lin Tianba could actually persuade Lin Ran. Husband, what do we do? We can go on like this. Let's not even talk about what will happen if we can't pay back your debts. Just basic food and shelter have become a problem. I don't want to live this kind of life anymore. I've been with you for so many years. You won't let me suffer like this forever, right? Lin Tianba was dying of guilt and quickly said, Don't worry, I'll go find that unfilial son Lin ran right now. I'll make him give us the money to pay off our debts, no matter what. And the money you owe. If it weren't for me, you wouldn't have had to borrow money and end up so miserable. It's all my fault for being useless. I'll go find that unfilial son now. You two wait for me here. Liu Yuanmei didn't say anything, but her eyes showed encouragement. Lin Tianba frowned strangely. Why aren't you two talking? Only when Lin Tianba asked did Liu Yuanmei speak. Go on, husband. You can do it. Our son and I support you. Lin Jian also forced a bit of spirit. Dad, you have to see brother. As long as he's willing to give us money to solve our problems, you don't have to make him kneel and apologize. All right, we'll see if this little bastard will mend his ways. If he still wants to acknowledge me as his father, I'll spare him the kneeling. A simple apology and repentance will be enough. And that Luo Yao. Speaking of her, Lin Tianba's face filled with rage, and he slammed his hand on the bed. It's all Luo Yao's fault. That woman has corrupted my son. Before Liu Yuanmei and her son could say anything, the bed collapsed. Lin Tianba stared blankly at the collapsed bed, then said after a moment of silence, "Let's just sleep like this. If the owner finds out, he'll make us pay for it again." Lin Tianba briefly tidied his somewhat graying hair, which had all turned white from worry recently. Just as he was about to leave, there was a sudden knock on the door. All three of them jumped. They had been so terrorized by online mobs all day that they were already terrified. The knock at the door made the three people inside feel like startled birds. "Shoo, don't say anything." As the head of the family, Lin Tianba was the first to speak up. "Who is it?" "I'm the hotel owner. Someone just delivered a document for you." Lin Tianba frowned. "I just checked in. How can anyone know my address?" At this, Liu Yuanmei also said worriedly, "Husband, have we been exposed? Did someone send us a razor blade?" Lin Tianba frowned. "We're not novel writers. Why would anyone send us a razor blade? Maybe it's those netizens who don't want us to have good life." Liu Yuanmei continued to speculate. Hearing this, Lin Tianba was instantly so angry that he pulled the door open a tiny crack and snatched the document from the owner's hand. Why not open the door fully? Because he didn't have the money to pay for the bed. "I like to see what kind of tricks anyone can pull on me." As the file folder was opened and he saw clearly what was inside, a long silence followed. "What's wrong, husband? What's in there?" Lin Tianba didn't speak. Looking at the words confirmed non-biological on the paper, he felt something inside him shatter in an instant. "Husband." Seeing Lin Tianba standing there as if petrified, Liu Yuanmei walked over strangely and tugged at him. Lin Tianba immediately shook off Liu Yuanmei's hand. "Don't touch me, you bitch. How dare you curse at me?" Lin Tianba slapped her directly across the face. "Curse at you? I'll beat you too, you slut. You've deceived me for so long." Seeing his parents fighting again, Lin Jian was also confused, but he didn't try to stop them. Instead, he observed quietly. "Liu Yuanmei, Lin Tianba, are you crazy? You dare to hit me? I've been with you for so many years, born you a son, and even now, when you're in this state, I'm still by your side, and you hit me?" It would have been better if Liu Yuanmei hadn't said anything. Her words only made Lin Tianba angrier. "Born him a son? For him? You gotta be f***ing kidding me. You bitch, you still dare to lie to me. I'll beat you to death." No man could tolerate raising a child for years only to find out it wasn't his. If he could, he wouldn't be a man. Naturally, Lin Tianba couldn't tolerate this either. Liu Yuanmei screamed loudly. Stop it. Lin Tianba, you're crazy. Why are you hitting me? I'm your wife." Seeing the two of them getting more and more violent, with Lin Tianba's blows becoming heavier, Lin Jian finally couldn't remain silent. If this continued, someone might die. "Dad, stop hitting Mom. You're going to kill her." Lin Tianba froze, turning to look at Lin Jian. His eyes were bloodshot, filled with rage. "Dad, don't look at me like that. I'm a little scared." At this point, Liu Yuanmei also realized something was wrong. She quickly covered her face and asked, "Husband, what's wrong with you?" As she spoke, she picked up the document Lin Tianba had thrown on the floor. One look, and she was instantly dumbfounded. If this wasn't handled well, she and her son might not make it out of this room alive. What should she do? Lin Tianba roared angrily at Lin Jian. "You are not my son, and I am not your father. My only son is Xiao Jian. No, Weiqi." Lin ran. "You were born from your mother and some other wild man." Lin Jian was dumbstruck. He never imagined Lin Tianba would find out about this. "Dad, could it be a prank by someone?" Lin Tianba was taken aback. It seemed like there really was such a possibility. Had he been too impulsive? After all, netizens these days were capable of anything. But this doubt was immediately dispelled. The document was clearly stamped with the seal of the most authoritative institution in Huaxia. No one would dare to fake it. A prank? Fine, let's go get another test right now. If I'm wrong, Dad will kneel down and kowtow to you in apology. If you're not my son, then I won't have to say what will happen to you and your mother. Louis Wei knew that if they went for a test, the result would be the same. Of course, she wouldn't agree. Right now, she had to find a way to save herself. What Lin Tianba cared about most was her and Lin Jian. She didn't believe that after so many years of affection, Lin Tianba would really just give it all up. So, our top-tier manipulator, Louis Wei, began her performance. Lin Tianba, I've been with you for so many years, and you hit me and curse at me. Do you know how heartbroken I am? Sobi. Lin Tianba was stunned. He couldn't believe that even in a time like this, Louis Wei could still say such things. You're heartbroken? What about my heart? Who broke it? Louis Wei continued to cry and complain. If it weren't for you back then, how could I have become your mistress? Doesn't that prove that I love you? You say Xiao Jian isn't your biological son, but do you know the pain I went through giving birth to him? You could never understand. I went through so much pain, and you're still concerned about whether the child is yours? You've disappointed me so much. I was truly blind to have followed you for all these years. Sobi. Louis Wei was heartbroken, a sight to make any listener sad and any viewer weep. Lin Tianba's mind went blank. He was even starting to doubt himself. Seeing Louis Wei crying a river of tears, the softest spot in his heart was touched. You. Louis Wei cried and accused him at the same time, a scene that basically trampled Lin Tianba's dignity into the ground. I've suffered so much for you. Do you really still care if the child is yours? Is it that important whether he's yours? Hasn't Xiao Jian been calling you dad for all these years? Lin Tianba felt like his brain wasn't working, but he couldn't find any reason to refute her. Even if Xiao Jian isn't your son, putting the facts aside, are you completely without fault? If you had married me from the beginning instead of Xuanyan, would any of this be happening now? It's all your fault. It's all your fault. It's all your fault. Louis Wei said while pounding on Lin Tianba's chest with her small fists. Lin Tianba felt a surge of resentment in his heart. But what Louis Wei said seemed to make sense. If he hadn't married into Xuanyan's family for an easy life back then, he and Louis Wei would probably be very happy now. Could it be that he was really the one in the wrong? I need to calm down. Lin Tianba, like a kite with a broken string, slumped to the ground, unable to recover for a long time. Just then, Louis Wei's phone buzzed with a message. Huafeng Ginza Hotel, room 1221. The boss is waiting for you. You're really in demand now. Louis Wei, do I have to go? Don't think I can't do anything to you just because your husband found out about your business. You owe me so much money. If you try to be a deadbeat, believe me, I can have you locked up for life. Now get your ass over here. Okay, I understand. Louis Wei truly felt tired. At this point, she had to think about her future. Well, husband, you calm down first. I'll go out and calm down too. Actually, it's not all your fault. I was wrong too. My mistake was loving you too much to bear telling you. If possible, I'd like for us to sit down and talk after we've both calmed down. Lin Tianba didn't speak. The look in his eyes could have killed her, but he held back. Perhaps this was the magnanimity a head of the household should have. Seeing Louis Wei's heartbroken appearance, he really couldn't bear to strike her again. Actually, we should be thinking more about our current situation. You should go find Xiao Ran first. Xiao Ran is quite pitiful too, being entangled with a crazy woman like Luo Yao. If you have the ability, you should bring Xiao Ran back to the Lin family. After speaking, Louis Wei bit her lip and left, leaving Lin Tianba and Lin Jian in the hotel room. Lin Tianba didn't stop her. Perhaps they, as a couple, really did need to cool down. Lin Jian didn't dare to get close to Lin Tianba, nor did he dare to curl up on the bed and play dead anymore. He was afraid Lin Tianba would go crazy again and kill him. After all, he was no longer Lin Tianba's biological son. Lin Tianba had every reason to do something irrational. Thinking of this, he also began to hate Louis Wei. He hated her for leaving him here all alone. It was too dangerous. His father wasn't his real father, his mother didn't love him, and his cousin was in jail. His life truly felt like he was treading on thin ice. Dad, I'm gonna go be with Mom. I'm afraid she's too sad and might do something rash. With that, Lin Jian scurried away. Lin Tianba didn't try to stop him either, but instead grieved alone in the room, muttering to himself. Was I wrong? Was I really wrong? Suddenly, Lin Tianba thought about how he had treated Lin Ran all these years, and a strange pang of heartache struck him. He had been so harsh to his own son. while doting on a son who wasn't his. Damn it. Louis Wei had just tried to gaslight him, treating him like he wasn't human. Just then, a message from Louis Wei arrived. Husband, I'll bring you food later. Love you. Lin Tianba was stunned for a moment, then slowly sighed. Let it be. Yue Mei isn't really at fault for anything. To be married to such a kind and understanding woman, what more could I ask for? Lin Tianba chose to accept it, but it was more that he had to accept it. Because things had been this way for so many years, if he suddenly changed now, wouldn't that mean he had been wrong all along? Wouldn't all his actions towards Lin Ran truly be the actions of a scumbag father? He couldn't accept it. He couldn't. Lin Tianba had to be right. He was the king of the Lin family. A strong person never complains about the environment. He only creates what is reasonable. Therefore, I, Lin Tianba, am the true strong one. I want Louis Wei, I want the son, and I will also control the unfilial son. I, Lin Tianba, must be eternally supreme. Today, I'm going to find that unfilial son Lin Ran to demand money, to demand a job. If he refuses, I'll beat this unfilial son to death. Anyway, there was no point in living anymore. If he really couldn't survive, he would just drag that unfilial son down with him. As soon as Lin Tianba left the hotel, he noticed snowflakes drifting down from the sky. It was the first snow in the capital. Even the heavens know my grievances to snow in December. Lin Tianba stole a butcher knife from a meat stall in the market. Treading through the falling snow, his lonely figure gradually grew smaller. A person can write poetry in grief, in joy, and in despair. And Lin Tianba, at his most tragic moment, also composed a poem, and he recited it out loud. Unfilial son, your old man is coming for you. Kneel before your old man. The weather has turned cold. It's time for the unfilial son to admit his mistakes. Lin Tianba, bundled up tightly, walked alone down the cold street. The occasional sound of car horns reminded him that there were still people in this world paying attention to him. The horns grew more frequent and louder. Lin Tianba curled his lips. This was all cheering for his solitary bravery. Finally, Lin Tianba got beaten up. Fucking idiot, don't you know how to use the sidewalk? What the hell are you doing wandering in the middle of the road? You're causing a fucking traffic jam. Damn it, get lost. Several drivers cursed as they threw Lin Tianba onto the sidewalk. Beaten black and blue, Lin Tianba still forced himself to stand up and continued walking in the direction of Dantian Manor. Unfilial son, you just wait. I'm coming for you. You'd better be smart about this, or I'll make sure you go out with dignity. Clutching the object in his coat, Lin Tianba's heart calmed down slightly. And Luo Yao, you crazy woman, corrupting my son. If you don't give me a CEO position, I'll make my unfilial son ignore you forever. Lin Tianba wasn't scared at all, because the thing he was most confident about now was his status. No matter what, this crazy woman was his daughter-in-law. What could she do to him? Disclaimer for self-preservation. In relationships, neither gender is the weaker party. Women rarely do paternity tests because they know who the child's father is. The reason men feel weak is due to uncertainty, which doesn't mean men are inherently weak. If all men were good men, no man would be cuckolded. The number of scumbag men and scumbag women is inherently balanced. Inside the manor, Lin Ran and Luo Yao received a piece of news. Today, the Samsung Group finally began its counterattack. After their falling out with the Luo Group, they went directly to cooperate with the three major families of Modu. They were the Lu family, the Li family, and the Wang family of Modu. The three major families had been displeased with the Luo Group for more than a day or two. Ever since Luo Yao took power, she had been a disruptive force in every industry. Initially, Luo Yao, relying on her unique ruthlessness, quickly became a top-tier family in the business world. Then, this crazy woman started setting up schemes, messing around in various industries. Just when everyone thought the Luo Group would be a flash in the pan, they were surprised to see it slowly encroaching on various sectors. And many companies that had nothing to do with them and were just watching the show also got beaten up. At that time, the Beauty Company was just making power strips. Many people said the quality was good, but they weren't aesthetically pleasing. Beauty Company's direct response was, take it or leave it. Unexpectedly, Luo Yao directly acquired a factory and mass-produced power strips that were both beautiful and high quality, nearly bankrupting Beauty overnight. Another example was a stationery manufacturer that suddenly found the Luo Group producing a pen that was cheap and wrote for an incredibly long time. This indiscriminate mode of attack in business left many people stunned. However, most people thought the Luo Group just had money to burn, until later when they realized things weren't that simple. By the time the Luo Group had become a behemoth, they found it was impossible to stop Luo Yao's rise. The Luo group blossomed in all areas. Regardless of whether the business was good or not, at least its reputation had exploded. Plus, they did make a huge amount of money and successfully advanced to become one of the top 3 conglomerates. Then Luo Yao turned around and entered the most cash-burning industry, technology, and was very successful. Now, many of the devices used by the government are collaborations with the Luo group, which made countless business magnates green with envy. It was because of this that the Luo group successfully became the #1 financial group. The most shocking thing in all this was Luo Yao's mystery. She was the head of the #1 financial group, yet few people had ever seen her. Moreover, over the years, Luo Yao had slowly turned the Luo group into what was almost her private industry. But now, Luo Yao was no longer mysterious. Because of her affair with Lin Ran, it could be said that she was known throughout the country. The dream of many people was to have a Luo Yao. Lin Ran also became the object of envy for all men. Samsung's return to the Huaxia market was rejected by the Luo group, so they cooperated with the 3 major families of Modu. This was a move by the business magnates to jointly attack Luo Yao. And at this moment, Luo Yao didn't care about any of this. Yao, are you really not going to do anything about them? Who said I'm not? Just watch. It won't be long before they fail, and they'll end up turning on each other. Luo Yao's confidence never came from nowhere. The Modu Science and Technology City construction project will definitely be ours. Lin Ran gave a thumbs up. Wi-Fi is mighty and domineering, as expected of the #1 financial group's young lady. Luo Yao rested her feet on Lin Ran's stomach, and Lin Ran naturally began to play with them. The Luo group has gotten to where it is today by being different from them. Do you know who in Huaxia has the most cash in their private pockets? I know this one. It's you. Lin Ran answered without hesitation. Luo Yao, so, are you happy that I have so much money? Of course I'm happy. If you have a lot of money, it means I have a lot of money. I can buy whatever I want. You earn the money, and I'll help you spend it. This relationship is very clear. Lin Ran's answer was the perfect answer in Luo Yao's heart. After all she had been through to earn so much money, wasn't it for her husband to spend? What's that song? The wife earns money for the husband to spend, right? Does Aaron like money? Who doesn't like Chairman Mao? But now, money seems to be just a number to me. Although I don't have much, I'm not afraid because my wife does. Just as the two of them were discussing how to become slaves to money, Fu Bo knocked and then walked into the bedroom. Young Master Lin, Miss Lin Tianba is here. He's outside the manor. How should we handle it? Lin Ran and Luo Yao were both stunned. He still dares to come to the manor? No, where does he get the nerve? Lin Ran truly admired Lin Tianba. His shamelessness and inexplicable confidence seemed to be innate. A person with these qualities either succeeds or dies. He has reached the perimeter of the manor and is heading in this direction. Do you need someone to throw him out? Lin Ran looked at the increasingly heavy snowfall outside the window and curled his lips. The weather is getting cold. Perhaps it's time for the scumbag son to get a beating. Luo Yao. Aaron, do you need me? Lin Ran. I'll handle it. You absolutely must not go out. Have you forgotten how disgusting it was last time? Luo Yao also recalled some unpleasant scenes and nodded immediately. You go, husband. Even if Lin Tianba kicks the bucket, you don't have to worry. Last time, Lin Tianba's explosive mindset had indeed left a deep impression on Luo Yao. If not for her strong tolerance, she might have been mentally broken by the Lin family's words. Lin Ran quickly put a finger to Luo Yao's lips. Sure, keep your voice down. We can't just go around kicking the bucket on this channel. Be careful, or you'll get yourself into trouble. Luo Yao's anger instantly flared. If Shunhe keeps troubling you, I don't mind making a few more specimens. I absolutely cannot let my husband suffer this kind of nonsense. Lin Ran said with a grin. Then can we spare his life for now? I'll listen to you. Lin Ran left with a group of bodyguards. The location of Dantian Manor was no secret. Many people knew about it. It was just that they had only recently found out that Lin Ran lived here. For the past few days, many people had been live streaming outside the manor. Although they couldn't get in, Lin Ran's popularity was at an all-time high. The trending topics were almost completely dominated by searches related to Lin Ran. Some people keenly seized this wave of traffic. So, Lin Ran alone had revitalized an unknown number of streamers. But the good times didn't last. Soon, these people were driven to a distance of at least 500 meters from Manor, because from the main road onwards, all the land belonged to the Dantian Manor domain. Private property, no trespassing, beware of wild animals. This was the Manor's conspicuous warning sign. In the end, These streamers could only broadcast a distant view of the manor from the periphery and hope for a chance encounter with Lin Ran. Of course, there was one exception, Shun Jingbing from Nuan Yao Group. He was the biggest winner in this wave of traffic. Countless streamers were green with envy, regretting not signing with Nuan Yao Media. Shun Jingbing had only started being a streamer a few days ago. Wu Zhishang had talked to him about it before. Shun Jingbing thought having a main job would be good, so he became a streamer. For the past 2 days, he had been near the manor, occasionally greeting the bodyguards at the gate, making the streamers watching from the periphery drool with envy. And the manor staff wouldn't drive him away, because they all knew this seemingly neurotic guy was one of young Master Lin's people. Shun Jingbing was in high spirits. His assistant held an umbrella for him as he cracked sunflower seeds and live-streamed the view outside the manor. In a vast expanse of white snow, Dongtian Manor was cloaked in silver, a very beautiful sight. He never thought he would have a day where he became an internet celebrity. Then he saw a shabbily dressed man, bundled up tightly, walking over. A closer look. Holy crap, Linda cuckold. Shun Jingbing keenly had his assistant point the camera at the beggar. Everyone, look who this is. Isn't this the cuckold king, Linda cuckold? Sometimes I really wonder what kind of scumbag father could do such hurtful things to his son. Today, I finally get to see him in person. Seeing the barrage of comments in the live stream chat, Shun Jingbing began to blatantly ask for gifts. Folks, get those gifts rolling. One gift, and I'll throw a rock at him. One rocket, and the streamer will throw it personally. I don't care if I get into trouble. If a carnival supports me, I'll shove this automatic umbrella in my hand into his mouth. At this moment, countless gifts started rolling in, all to see Lin Tianba get beaten up. Heard Portia apologized? I'm tired of looking at the snow. Streamer, throw it at him hard. I get angry just looking at this man. He's the one who tricked us all. 560H senior sister apologized to? What did she do wrong? Take it easy. You're the only streamer who can broadcast from the Manor Gate. I don't want you to be gone. Rain Sis's various alt accounts. Streamer, remember, hitting people is illegal, but hitting a beast is not. Shun Jingbing didn't hesitate. He immediately got ready and explained to the netizens in the live stream. It's fine, I have a certificate. I'm not afraid. As he spoke, he actually had his little assistant pull out a certificate from his bag. On it were a few large, clear characters. Certificate for patient with acute and transient psychotic disorder issuing unit. Center for Research on Abnormal Humans. Drives without knowing north from south. The author is no good. Holy crap. I knew this streamer was crazy. Turns out he's really sick. No wonder his mental state seems a bit beautiful. Is version T0 even human? Nuan Yao Media must be desperate, daring to hire any kind of streamer. Aren't his colleagues scared? Shun Jingbing paid no attention to them and walked up to Lin Tianba. Lin Tianba was still yelling at the security guards. I am Lin Tianba, the eternally supreme Lin Tianba, Lin Ran's biological father. On what grounds are you not letting me in? The security guard snorted with contempt. Private property. No entry for others and dogs. Lin Tianba suppressed his anger. You won't let me in, right? Fine. Then you tell that bastard Lin Ran to get his ass out here. Tell him his father is here to see him. The security guard looked at Lin Tianba with disdain. This man's face was already infamous across the country. Who do you think you are, daring to curse our young Master Lin? Believe it or not, I can make it so you can never curse again. The guard was just talking. After all, without the master's permission, he wouldn't really do anything to harm Lin Ran's father. Of course, this was all on the premise that Lin Tianba didn't try to force his way in, so he was currently hoping Lin Tianba would act irrationally. Our young Master Lin will not see you. If you have the guts, try to break in. Just as Lin Tianba was about to continue his performance, a dark shadow blocked his view. He looked up. This person looked a bit familiar. He seemed to know him. It's you. It's me. Shun Jingbing's cheeky smile spread across his entire face. Lin Tianba had first met Shun Jingbing at the appreciation event for Lin Yuan Xingjing under the Saran Group. At that time, Lin Tianba was full of vigor, while Shun Jingbing was just an insignificant character. But what Lin Tianba never expected was that this insignificant character would ruin his sales appreciation event. Shun Jingbing had announced in front of so many homeowners that a garbage dump was being built opposite, causing a large number of buyers to withdraw. And his, Lin Tianba's, fate had also started to change from that moment. So, his current miserable life was inseparable from the man in front of him. Thinking of this, Lin Tianba completely understood. Shun Jingbing was Lin Ran's man all along. That time, it was Lin Ran who deliberately sent someone to trip him up. What an unfilial son. Now, enemies met with eyes blazing. Lin Tianba, what do you want? I am Lin Ran's father. Shen Jingbing revealed a brilliant smile, the hot breath from his mouth forming a mist that swirled before Lin Tianba's eyes. I know. That's why I'm preparing to help my boss take care of you. What are you doing? MMPH. Before Lin Tianba could finish speaking, Shen Jingbing had shoved the automatic umbrella in his hand into Lin Tianba's mouth. I have to do what a carnival requires. Your mouth is so foul, it's better to plug it up. With the umbrella stuck in his mouth, Lin Tianba was slapped across the face by Shen Jingbing, leaving the nearby security guard stunned. This little streamer under young Master Lin was so fierce. The young master hadn't even given the order. How did he already start? The people in the live stream were also watching with satisfaction, all shouting. Major verification officer. Yes, just like that. Smack him. That finally feels good. God of Gambler's Musk. Streamer, you really treat me like family. I'm going to go steal my mom's jewelry right now to sell and send you a carnival. The boss's special ability is making empty promises. Streamer, you must remember that you are a patient with acute and transient psychotic disorder. You should make use of this identity. Shen Jingbing also felt the netizens had a point. Then, for the first time, the entire internet saw just how powerful an umbrella could be. Shen Jingbing slapped him twice. Just as Lin Tianba was about to resist, Shen Jingbing reached out, grabbed the umbrella that was in Lin Tianba's mouth, and opened it. By the time Lin Tianba reacted and dodged, his entire face was injured, and 2 of his teeth had been knocked out. You psycho, you're driving me crazy. Lin Tianba shrieked. You should be thankful you only ran into me. If you had run into my boss, you'd be toast. Speak of Lin ran, and he shall appear. At that very moment, our protagonist made his entrance. A super stylish convoy of cars drove out from the manor, with Lin ran naturally in the lead car. This luxurious lineup stunned not just the netizens, but even Shen Jingbing and Lin Tianba, making them momentarily forget they were in the middle of a fight. Shen Jingbing was the first to react. Family, place your bets. Press 1 if you think it's young Master Lin, 2 if you think it's CEO Luo on a trip, 3 if you think it's the couple out together. I'll draw a 1 yuan red envelope from those who guess correctly. Don't give 500 because it's creepy. A 1 yuan red envelope? Holy crap, streamer, you can go die. Who would play with such a stingy streamer? I guess it's Lin Ran. Subway Fiend. I guess the couple is out and about. Big Mao is a bit cowardly. I guess Lin Ran is planning to run over Lin Tianba. After all, he's rich. He could just hire someone to run over the scumbag dad without getting into trouble himself. Lin Ran's convoy circled Lin Tianba again and again and again without stopping. After all, it was warm in the car and cold outside. Shen Jingbing. Bro, stop circling. I have 3D motion sickness. Lin Ran had to give Shen Jingbing some face. After all, he was much more important than Lin Tianba. Lin Ran got out of the car. The live stream chat immediately urged Shen Jingbing to point the camera at Lin Ran. Shen Jingbing, being very perceptive, opened an umbrella to shield Lin Ran from the snow. Xiao Ran. The moment Lin Tianba's pitiful expression appeared, Lin Ran cut him off. Shut up. What's going on? Lin the cuckold, you're not here to ask me for money, are you? While I like to do charity, you're certainly not a good cause. Lin Tianba didn't expect Lin Ran to go on the attack right away. His pitiful and gentle demeanor vanished, replaced by fatherly authority. Seeing Shen Jingbing live streaming with his phone, he became even more confident. Lin Ran wouldn't dare do anything to him on a live stream, right? Son, kneel down. Dad has something to tell you. Shen Jingbing. Bodyguard team. Live stream chat. Everyone was instantly dumbstruck. Lin Ran covered his forehead, thinking to himself what kind of sins he must have committed in his past life to be stuck with such an idiot showing off his warped values. Well said. You kneel down, and I'll let you say 3 sentences. Lin Tianba seemed not to understand Lin Ran's words and asked blankly, What did you say? Have I or have I not said that every time you see me, you must kneel and call me dad, or else I'll whip you? Just then, Shen Jingbing, who was standing nearby, quickly said, Bro, I already helped you whip him. I stuck the automatic umbrella in his mouth and opened it. Lin Ran looked up, then fell silent for a moment. The umbrella you're talking about, it couldn't be the one you just opened, could it? Shen Jingbing nodded, saying as if it were a matter of course. It's this one. Holy crap. Get that umbrella away from me. I can't stand it, you psycho. Lin Ran cursed, but he didn't do any real harm to Shen Jingbing. Shen Jingbing quickly closed the umbrella. The bodyguard, Xiao Tong next to him, opened a new one. It was only then that Shen Jingbing remembered this umbrella had been in Lin Tianba's mouth. He was instantly disgusted and threw it 3 meters away, where it happened to hit Lin Tianba in the face. Lin Tianba was about to resist, But with just one look from Lin Ran, Wang Bao pinned him to the ground. Bro, I was wrong. Shen Jingbing quickly apologized. What were you wrong about? I shouldn't have used the umbrella that I hit Lin the Cuckold with on you. Lin Ran shook his head. That's not what you were wrong about. You were wrong for not shoving the umbrella into his mouth, but into his asshole. Shen Jingbing was instantly enlightened, feeling like a whole new world had opened up. At this moment, the netizens in the live stream were also getting restless. Professional account banner. Who said Lin Ran was good? This is practically a demon. Disgusting trio. The king of hell wakes up to find himself ranked second. Dreaming of full attendance. Holy mother of turning the tables. Lin Ran's attack power is as strong as ever. He's never been polite to Lin Tianba. This is the attitude I expect from Lin Ran. Shuts down on the 6th of every month. Exactly. It's infuriating to see those who are timid in front of their enemies and end up being bullied. When did this world become so weak? Young Master Lin, I support you using the umbrella attack. As for Lin Tianba, his face was so dark it looked like it could drip water. He never expected that, in front of a live stream, Lin Ran would still be so brazenly insulting his own father. So, could he proceed with enforcing family discipline now? Son, if you won't kneel, then you won't kneel. But you have to get the job done. Lin Ran pressed down on Lin Tianba's head. Lin Tianba looked at his son, who was taller than him, and suddenly felt a different kind of feeling. If they really fought, could he beat this unfilial son? Lin Ran pushed Lin Tianba's bleeding face, which had been injured by the umbrella attack, into the snow. You still want me to do something for you? Didn't you hear me tell you to kneel when you speak? Lin Tianba instantly knelt and begged for mercy. I know I was wrong. Only then did Lin Ran let go of Lin Tianba, then asked with sudden confusion, wait a minute, didn't you find out Lin Jian isn't your biological son? Why are you coming to your dad for help instead of settling scores with your good wife? Lin Ran's words were no different from putting Lin Tianba on a pillar of shame for public execution. Unfilial son, don't talk nonsense. Yue Mei had her reasons, and Xiao Jian is a good kid. They did nothing wrong. Lin Ran offered a sincere compliment. Lin Tianba, you are truly amazing. Your amazingness is beyond my imagination. I am now truly in awe of Yue Mei. It's hard to imagine how she convinced you to willingly become a cuckold. You can even accept this. You're truly invincible. Lin Ran wasn't lying. He did admire Yue Mei, even though she was one of the masterminds who killed him in his past life. But in terms of her ability to gaslight Lin Tianba, she was definitely top tier. Lin Ran really wanted to see what kind of dog crap was in Lin Tianba's brain to be able to endure such humiliation. Yue Mei has suffered so much with me, and Xiao Jian has called me dad for so many years. What have they done wrong? The fault is all mine. Lin Tianba's words directly set off an explosion in the livestream chat. Even my nostrils are the shape of loving you. What the FCK, what did I just hear? Is this Lin Tianba, some kind of saint? Can't be slandered that Tom has no hair. So Lin Jian isn't Lin Tianba's biological son. Lin Ran, too. He really doesn't treat us like family. Why wasn't this in the previous PPT? What was the bride doing on her first night? What is wrong with this world? Am I the only normal person left? What kind of twisted values does it take to say something like that? Being a good-for-nothing is pretty good. I'm sure of it now. I was sure before, but now I'm even more sure. Lin Tianba is the congenital cuckold saint. Lin Ran was truly amused by Lin Tianba. Huh, fine. You always manage to open my eyes. So, Mr. Lin, may I ask, does your son Lin Jian know that he's not your son? Also, after raising another man's child for so many years, do you feel wronged? Lin Ran's interview made Lin Tianba even more furious. Unfilial son, what are you trying to do? Xiao Jian is not another man's child. I'm telling you, don't you dare bully Xiao Jian. He's just a child. He's just a child. Say no more. Look at my username. What did Lin Jian do wrong? Son, kneel down. Dad has something to tell you. I've really f***ing seen it all. This world is far crazier than I imagined. Lin Ran sincerely gave Lin Tianba a thumbs up. Nothing else, just pure, unadulterated admiration. All right, you're amazing. You're so noble. You're really something. So, may I ask what your next, even more amazing statement will be? You didn't come all this way just to tell me that the wild seed you're raising is just a child, and the wife who cuckolded you had her reasons, did you? If you just want to tell me these things, then I've heard them. If you have nothing else to say, then I'm going to have to get rough. Lin Tianba sighed. He knew he could no longer hold his head high. No matter how respectful others were to him on the surface, they definitely looked down on him in their hearts. But so what? As long as he could protect his wife and son and let them live a better life, nothing else mattered. A man should act like a man. Xiao Ran, Dad is not doing so well right now. Can you give Dad a way out? Lin Tianba used the term way out to tell Lin Ran, to tell the whole world, just how miserable he was. If Lin Ran didn't help him, he would have no choice but to die. Lin Ran narrowed his eyes. Not doing well? When you let Lu Yume into the Lin family, did you ever think about my life? When you made me sleep in the utility room, did you ever think about how I was doing? When you tacitly allowed Lin Jian to bully me, did you ever think about my feelings? And when you let them act so recklessly and ultimately kill me, did you ever think about my way out? Now, you're asking me for a way out? Don't forget, we've already severed our relationship. Do you need me to shove the disownment certificate in your face? Lin Ran said as he looked around, thinking about what method he could use to make Lin Tianba suffer more. Xiao Ran, no matter what, we are still father and son. Are you really not going to help me? You just need to take out a few $100 million, help Dad pay off the loans, and then let me join the Luo group as some kind of manager. These two simple things you're not willing to help me with. Lin Tianba didn't understand. He had humbled himself to beg Lin Ran, so why wasn't he kneeling on the ground, hugging his legs and crying, Dad, I was wrong? Lin Ran almost stumbled and fell. He had already underestimated Lin Tianba, but he didn't expect to have still overestimated him. Help you? Where's your face? Where's your face? Oh, right, it's been beaten to a pulp. Seeing that Lin Ran wouldn't agree, Lin Tianba showed a very sad expression. He still didn't understand how a perfectly obedient son had suddenly turned into this. If that's not possible, you can let me into your Nguyen Yao group, or let me take over the Saran group again. Your coldness now makes Dad's heart colder than the snow on the ground. Lin Ran thought to himself, it was a good thing he hadn't let his wife come along. Otherwise, she would have been disgusted to death. Shun Jingbing. Bro, turn off the live stream. I'm about to go big. Shun Jingbing turned off the live stream without a word, and the chat room erupted in howls of protest. Can I pay for it? Why does it always cut off at the critical moment? Yuri is disgusting as an author who ends on a cliffhanger. I see you don't know your place until I send you some local specialties. All right. So that's how you're going to play, huh? You really don't treat us like family. Lin Ran looked at Lin Tianba with a very friendly smile, then glanced at the layer of white snow that had accumulated on the ground. Lin Tianba was being held down by Wang Bao, unable to move. First, let him feel whether the snow is colder or his heart is. Wang Bao immediately lifted Lin Tianba up, and Xiao Tong promptly organized the bodyguards to start making snowballs. Then Xiao Tong personally took one snowball after another and stuffed them into Lin Tianba's clothes and pants. Lin Tianba roared, "What are you doing? Let go of me." Xiao Tong paid no attention. He only knew that young Master Lin's orders were the only orders. If the young master didn't say stop, he would turn Lin Tianba into a snow sculpture. Before long, Lin Tianba's lips had turned purple from the cold, and he was trembling all over. He was still yelling, but his voice was now stuttering. Lin Ran glanced at his condition. What an unforgettable winter. Now do you think the snow is colder, or your heart? Unfilial son, you treat your own father like this, you will die a horrible death. If you're willing to kneel and apologize to me now, Lin Ran directly grabbed a snowball made by the bodyguards and stuffed it into Lin Tianba's mouth. Still able to talk? Looks like it's not cold enough. Shun Jingbing, record what happens next. Shun Jingbing reopened the video recording function, but did not start the live stream. The bone-chilling cold had already reached the limit of what Lin Tianba could endure. He chewed and ate the snowball in his mouth. Lin Ran, you unfilial son, to treat me like this. I truly regret giving birth to a bastard like you. Young Master Lin patted Lin Tianba's face, which was already purple from the cold. I don't know what your heart is like, but my heart was once much colder than you feel now. As Lin Ran spoke, he admired his handiwork, even taking out his phone to take a picture as a souvenir. Lin Tianba was about to faint from the cold and started making wild claims. Unfilial son, let me go quickly, or I'll use family discipline to beat you, so you can never stand up again. Lin Ran clapped his hands. Good idea. He then gave Xiao Tong a look. Without a word, Xiao Tong pulled out a telescopic baton from his person and handed it to Lin Ran, while simultaneously observing Lin Tianba's movements. The meaning in the young master's eyes was clear. Lin Tianba was dangerous. Lin Ran took the telescopic baton and felt its weight. It was the first time he had used such a thing. Lin Tianba looked at Lin Ran in shock. What are you doing? Lin Ran, actually, I've always wondered if we are biologically father and son. Unfortunately, I've done countless tests, and they all show that I am your biological father. It truly troubles me. How could I have given birth to such a scumbag like you? At this moment, Xiao Tong had also secured one of Lin Tianba's legs. Lin Ran didn't hesitate at all, striking with all his might. None of the bodyguards showed any reaction. Shen Jingbing, however, turned his head and closed his eyes, unable to watch. The boss was much more ruthless than he was. He had said it before, when the boss arrived, you'd be toast. Ah! Lin Tianba's miserable scream echoed through the area. Lin Ran, hold up the other leg. No, I beg you, don't do this to me. I was wrong. Xiao Ran, please let me go. Lin Ran didn't speak. The bodyguards held up Lin Tianba's other leg, as requested. What I'm shattering is just your kneecap, but what you shattered was my heart. Since you had the courage to come here today, then I have no reason to let you walk back, right? Don't worry, I'll arrange a car for you later. Lin Ran noticed Lin Tianba's hand movements, and his brow furrowed. Why wasn't this guy making his move yet? Unfilial son, you let me go. Lin Ran, you should feel honored. I'm doing this for your own good. I know you care most about your wife and son, so I'm giving them a chance to take care of you. I just don't know if they'll be willing to take care of a cripple like you. Lin Tianba gritted his teeth and squeezed out a few words. They will definitely not leave me, and you will never get a father's love. As Lin Tianba's other leg was held up, Lin Ran tapped his kneecap again and again with the baton, suddenly raising his hand and then gently lowering it, as if he wasn't ready. Lin Ran's continuous aiming at his kneecap was about to break Lin Tianba's psychological defenses. Because one leg was already broken, he knew the pain, so this teasing filled him with immense fear. It was the feeling of knowing you're going to die, but the guillotine just wouldn't fall, like being ready for the firing squad, but the gun keeps jamming. Lin Ran was torturing Lin Tianba's mind. This time, I'll definitely aim right. Finally, Lin Tianba couldn't take it anymore. He steeled himself, pulled a butcher knife from his coat, and slashed at Lin Ran. Little bastard, I'll kill you. Lin Ran had long noticed Lin Tianba's movements. When he arrived, he saw Lin Tianba constantly stroking his coat. There had to be something there. At first, Lin Ran thought it was a gun, so he had been wary of Lin Tianba's actions. Of course, this was also because he had enough people around him. Later, he thought about it. Where would Lin Tianba get a gun in his current state? So he relaxed. Lin Tianba slashed directly at him. Lin Ran panically dodged, falling to the ground and shouting, Lin Tianba is crazy. He's trying to kill me. Stop him. Xiao Tong was already prepared. Before Lin Ran even gave the command, he rushed out and punched Lin Tianba's arm. This punch was not only fast but also powerful. Lin Tianba felt his arm break on the spot, and the knife flew from his hand. Lin Ran clutched his frightened little heart and said, Lin Tianba, what are you doing? I already promised to spare your life, and you're repaying kindness with enmity. This kind of behavior is truly hopeless. Lin Tianba, who had been clutching his arm and wailing in pain, was stunned speechless by Lin Ran's words. Unfilial son, what did you say? Lin Ran forced a pained smile, though he was laughing internally. This performance was worth an Oscar for Best Unfilial Son, at the very least. I just said that if you kneeled and apologized to me, I would give you a job. I didn't expect you to suddenly attack me with a weapon, attempting to kill me. Do you know what this is called? This is called attempted murder. Lin Ran's words exploded in Lin Tianba's ears. He looked at Lin Ran's heartbroken expression and almost started to doubt himself. Did the unfilial son say that just now? How'd he not know? Or was Lin Ran just making it all up? No, this is all fake, all fake. Lin Ran's sorrowful complaint continued. Even if I didn't forgive you, at least I didn't let you starve to death, right? I never expected you to try to kill me. On what grounds? Because you're old? Or because you're a cuckold? Lin Tianba's crash brain was instantly rebooted by Lin Ran's words, and he exploded with anger. You dare call me a cuckold? I'm going to kill you. Chop you to death. I'll scatter your ashes so you can never be reincarnated. Scatter his ashes? What shame. If he died, he would probably just be thrown into the wilderness by you, right? In his last life, when he died, you didn't even give him a coffin. Lin Ran narrowed his eyes and signaled Wang Bao. Wang Bao immediately let go of Lin Tianba. Freed from restraint, Lin Tianba charged at Lin Ran like a mad dog. But because one of his legs was already broken, his charge was somewhat clumsy. Lin Ran easily dodged, and the baton in his hand accurately and fiercely struck Lin Tianba's other kneecap. Lin Tianba fell to the ground, wailing in pain. Ah, Lin Ran, you brought this upon yourself. I already spared you, yet you dared to attack me again. What? You won't rest until you kill me. Lin Tianba's forehead was covered in cold sweat. Unfilial son, unfilial son. Lin ran. Turn it off. Shun Jingbing obediently turned off the camera. Now, our reason is justified. Hearing this, everyone instantly understood Lin Ran's intention. It turned out that the whole thing was an act for the camera. Of course, there were manner cameras here, but the angle was too far, which would look dissonant. Shun Jingbing's recording was much better. With a little editing, wouldn't the evidence be ready? Not only could it prevent Lin Tianba from falsely accusing him of intentional injury, but it could also be used as evidence to send him to jail at any time. Lin Ran saw that Lin Tianba's legs were crippled and one arm was broken. There's still one limb left. I don't see much use for it. Let's disable it as well. For this kind of thing, Xiao Tong very professionally shattered Lin Tianba's joint. From then on, Lin Tianba was completely crippled. Even if he was treated in the end, he would never be able to move like before. Lin Tianba, this is all what you owe me. I'm sparing your life today, not because I'm kind, but because I want to personally watch you be abandoned by your wife and son. Of course, if they are willing to take care of you, then I really don't mind helping you fulfill your family affection. If they leave you, I will also find a place for you to live out your golden years. See, aren't I so nice? Fulfill? Live out his golden years? Idiot, it's all lies. Find a manure truck to send him back. And send him some extra snow. After all, he's injured and needs an ice pack. Oh my, I'm just too kind. How can my heart be so soft? All the bodyguards were speechless. Even Shin Jingbing was at a loss for words. You're kind. You're really kind. You're falsely kind, and not good at all. After dealing with Lin Tianba, Lin Ran felt much more relieved. There were only two possible outcomes for Lin Tianba when he went back. First, Liu Yueme and Lin Jian would find a way to get a medical treatment. Second, they would completely ignore him. Of course, Lin Ran thought the latter was more likely. No matter what happened after Lin Tianba went back, he would eventually have to find a place for him to live out his golden years. After all, attempted murder was not something that could just be forgotten. The streamers on the periphery had already been cleared out by the manor staff when Lin Ran appeared, so they didn't see what happened so far away. But through Shan Jingbing's livestream, they all knew that the scumbag father of the century was here. They had been waiting for him to come out, but he never did. Just when everyone was suspecting that Lin Ran might have forgiven Lin Tianba, a G-Wagon towing a flatbed sped past. This abrupt scene left everyone a bit stunned. Seeing the large pile of snow covering it, everyone was full of questions. No one would have thought that buried under the snow on the flatbed was Lin Tianba, who had fainted from the pain and cold. Wow, Dantian Manor is on another level. Even their snow trucks are G-Wagons. Won't that G-Wagon leak snow? What are you thinking? Leaking rain is normal. How could it possibly leak snow? Lin Ran returned to Villa No. 1. Luo Yao was already waiting on the sofa in the living room. Although she hadn't gone out with Lin Ran, she had seen his performance clearly. The current Lin Ran constantly surprised, even shocked, Luo Yao. In front of all the servants, Lin Ran gave Luo Yao a big hug and started kissing her wildly. He no longer cared what environment he and Luo Yao were in or if there were people around. As long as he wanted to, he could show his love for Luo Yao. This was the correct way to handle a Yandera wife. Oh my, why is Aaron so happy? As expected, Luo Yao was very happy. She didn't mind Lin Ran's saliva all over her. Everything about Lin Ran belonged to her, and she could enjoy it as she pleased. Fu Bo immediately signaled all the servants to lower their heads and close their eyes, and he himself quietly retreated. I broke Lin Tianba's 4 limbs. This time, he's going to suffer a lot. Actually, Lin Ran had shown mercy. Otherwise, he could have directly castrated Lin Tianba. But he felt that would be too disgusting, so he ultimately decided against it. Otherwise, Lin Tianba would definitely be in more pain now, to not even be able to be a man anymore. Of course, the current situation was not much better. Aaron, do you know what I would do if it were me? Actually, Luo Yao had thought of a very suitable end for Lin Tianba. Lin Ran thought for a moment, and then answered, you would probably have him sliced into 1,000 pieces, and after he died, his bones would be thrown into a cesspool. Luo Yao was instantly stunned. Lin Ran's answer was exactly what she had been thinking. Not a single detail was off. Aaron, you're amazing. That is indeed what I was thinking. After all, disgusting people should be put in even more disgusting places after they die. Lin Ran broke into a sweat. It wasn't that he was amazing, but that he had personally seen Lin Tianba meet such an end. Images were often far more shocking than words. In his last life, Lin Ran had watched it on a live stream. Now it was just talk. Aaron, I didn't expect you to know me so well. I have to give you a reward. Lin Ran instantly perked up. Luo Yao's rewards were always very interesting. Okay, I'm looking forward to it. To Lin Ran's surprise, Luo Yao directly turned over on the sofa, straddled Lin Ran, and kissed him. Then, all the servants nearly buried their heads in the floor, quietly retreating while looking for a suitable place to hide. This villa was too big, so big it felt a bit empty. There was no place to hide. Family, what should we do? Over on Luo Yao's side, sounds are already being made. The servants simply turned around and ran. If they didn't run now, they wouldn't get another chance. Aaron, in 2 days, I'm going to Modu. You have to be a good boy. Lin Ran was stunned. He hadn't realized that the time had come so soon. In his past life, Luo Yao hadn't been known to the public so early, nor had she participated in any live streams or school anniversary celebrations. But in the end, Luo Yao still let the whole world know how crazy she was. Lin Ran remembered that it was around this time that Luo Yao achieved the feat of everyone in the world knows my name in Modu. Of course, for as many people who admired Luo Yao, there were just as many who hated her. When Luo Yao went crazy, it was always a bloody storm. In my last life, I couldn't be with you. In this life, I'll go with you. I don't want to be separated from you. Luo Yao's eyes sparkled, as if she were looking at the most brilliant diamond in the world. Aaron is willing to go to Modu with me. I'm so happy. If the world is vast, I want to walk every corner with you, because you are my world, Lin Ran. You're all I have in my life. Of course, wherever you are, I will be. Words are the cheapest things, but often the most moving. Okay, Aaron will walk with me forever, right? Lin Ran gently stroked Luo Yao's head. He desperately wanted to give Luo Yao the most security at all times. Of course, because you're my number one. Number one? Luo Yao was puzzled by Lin Ran's words. Lin Ran took Luo Yao's slender hand and placed it on his chest, letting her feel his most genuine heartbeat. Everyone meets countless people in their lifetime, but not many can be placed in their hearts. And in everyone's heart, there is a ranking, and you will always be my number one. Even if one day you don't want me anymore, I will still cling to you and not let go. If you really find me annoying, you could just turn me into a specimen and keep me by your side. Luo Yao was stunned. This answer, she loved it so much. Aaron, do you want another reward? Fubo! Fubo! Fubo, where the hell are you? Coming. Fubo heard Lin Ran's shouts from outside the villa and hurried in. Young master, what is it? Prepare the soup. Prepare the soup. Quickly prepare the soup. Fubo's face instantly darkened. After thinking for a moment, he still offered a word of advice. Miss, young master, you are still young. If you're not careful, what will you do when you get old? Lin Ran, you're meddling too much. Go prepare the soup. Really now, if you don't enjoy yourself when you're young and capable, are you supposed to wait until you're old? Besides, you never know which will come first, tomorrow, or an accident. What if you go out tomorrow and just kick the bucket, or a war suddenly breaks out and a nuclear bomb lands on your face? Wouldn't you regret on your deathbed that you had such a privileged environment but never enjoyed it? Wouldn't you regret working so hard for so many years to earn so much money but never spending it? Wouldn't you regret that love was right in front of you, but you didn't get it because of your own cowardice? Are you really going to wait until then to regret it? Regret my ass. I can't. Writing this has inexplicably made me angry at myself. No idea why. Fubo prepared the soup. Luo Yao mounted the steak. Outside the small hotel, a G-Wagon towing a flatbed stopped at the entrance. Lin Tianba was carried into the hotel. The hotel owner saw several people carrying a man with a bloody face and looked nervous. What are you doing? A bodyguard walked up to the owner, threw down a bag and a contract. I'm acquiring the operating rights to this place for 1 month. Sign it, take the money, and leave. Whatever happens has nothing to do with you. What kind of person do you think I am? Is my integrity something you can buy with money? Besides, how much money is in there? My hotel can make 20 to 30,000 a month. Then the owner opened the bag and was instantly dumbfounded. It was all 100 yuan bills, at least 200,000. The owner swallowed hard. This place is all yours, boss. What about your integrity? Don't need it. That thing is useless anyway. This much money, forget 1 month, a year is fine. I wish you a prosperous business, boss. The bodyguard was calm. Just 1 month. Also, I'm not the boss. Just take the money and go. You got it. After Lin Tianba was thrown into the room, he didn't wake up for a long time until the door was opened from the outside. The mother and son were now both a little afraid that Lin Tianba would get violent, but they also wanted to know the result of his meeting with Lin Ran, so they had no choice but to come back and ask. If they had opened their phones and looked at the trending topics on their way back, they wouldn't have been so clueless. As soon as they entered the room, they saw Lin Tianba, purple all over, his face damaged, and all 4 limbs broken. Husband, Dad, the two exclaimed at the same time. As Lin Tianba slowly regained consciousness, he saw Liu Yuanmei and his son, and a wave of warmth filled his heart. Even in this state, the mother and son had not abandoned him. This also proved that the unfilial son's words were complete nonsense. Yuanmei Xiao Jianai? It was all that unfilial son Lin Ran's doing. He broke all 4 of my limbs. Quickly take me to the hospital. If I get treatment now, I might be able to stand up again. Lin Tianba was right. If he went to the hospital for treatment now, there was indeed a chance of recovery. Although he couldn't become a normal person, basic movement would be possible. But would Liu Yuanmei and her son grant his wish? The mother and son looked at each other, seeing shock in each other's eyes. Husband, did Lin Ran really do this? Besides him, who else could be so cruel? That unfilial son, he actually dared to do this to me. Even now, Lin Tianba couldn't figure it out. When Lin Ran saw him, shouldn't he have impulsively knelt on the ground and shouted, Dad, I was wrong. Please let me be your son? How to turn into him being beaten into a cripple and humiliated in various ways. Lin Jian fell silent, his brows tightly knitted. His tone was flat and questioning. What did he say? Lin Tianba was stunned. It was the first time he had sensed such an unfamiliar tone from Lin Jian. He said he wouldn't care if I lived or died. In the end, Lin Tianba couldn't bring himself to say. He said he would watch me be abandoned by my wife and son. The hope that Lin Jian had been holding on to completely died. He now saw things clearly. Lin Ran didn't want any so-called fatherly love. Family, fatherly love. In Lin Ran's eyes, they were all worthless. Until this moment, Lin Jian had finally confirmed the thoughts in his heart. In the past, he had always held onto a sliver of fantasy that all of Lin Ran's indifference was an act. That when it came down to it, he would still care about this biological father. But now, his biological father's 4 limbs were broken. Xiao Jian, Yuanmei, quickly take me to the hospital. Liu Yuanmei frowned, and Lin Jian fell silent. Going to the hospital would cost money again. They simply didn't have that much money now. Even if they did, they couldn't possibly spend it on Lin Tianba anymore. And with Lin Tianba's current state, even if he were cured, he would be a cripple. Was it really necessary? Seeing the mother and son remain silent, Lin Tianba felt very uncomfortable, his face turning grim. You're not thinking of leaving me, are you? Liu Yuanmei, husband, I love you. I really love you so much. Hearing this, Lin Tianba's hope was rekindled, and his eyes couldn't hide his love for Liu Yuanmei. So, for the sake of how much I love you, let's get a divorce. The second half of Liu Yuanmei's sentence directly turned Lin Tianba's love into stunned silence. What the FCK? What did you say? Lin Tianba looked at Liu Yuanmei in disbelief. He couldn't imagine such words coming from her mouth. Liu Yuanmei was also very guilty. In fact, Lin Tianba had treated her exceptionally well over the years. But she had to be rational. She couldn't just hand over the rest of her life to a good-for-nothing just because he was good to her. Husband, I'm sorry. I still have Xiao Jian. For the sake of our many years together, let's get a divorce. Lin Jian remained silent at the side, his eyes darting around, his thoughts unknown. Lin Tianba never expected that Lin Ran's words would actually come true. He instantly felt like a clown. You bitch, you whore. Is this how you love me? When I need you the most, you want to divorce me. Faced with Lin Tianba's verbal abuse, Liu Yuanmei was not annoyed. But what can we do if we don't divorce? Besides, I'm not the one who caused you to be in this miserable state. The one who caused all this is your son, Lin Ran. How can you blame me? Liu Yuanmei decided not to pretend anymore, directly revealing her true nature. Lin Tianba was instantly furious. He tried to get up to strike her, but the crippling of his limbs made his whole body ache, and he couldn't even lift his arm. Liu Yuanmei was initially startled, but seeing that Lin Tianba couldn't even move with difficulty, she relaxed. Husband, you should just rest. After all, things are already like this. As long as you agree to divorce me, I'll take you to the hospital. Lin Tianba closed his eyes, his heart filled with sorrow, extreme sorrow. It turned out that the unfilial son Lin Ran was right. He really would be deserted by everyone. If that unfilial son saw this scene, he would probably laugh his head off. And he had so confidently said, they won't leave me. Mom, since you love Dad, why do you want a divorce? We could take care of Dad. Lin Tianba opened his eyes and looked at Lin Jian in disbelief. Even Liu Yuanmei was a little confused. A mother knows her son best. Her understanding of Lin Jian was more absolute than anyone's. This son seemed harmless, but in reality, his heart was incredibly dark. He would stop at nothing to achieve his goals, and most importantly, he was selfish. If she were the one lying on the bed, Liu Yuanmei had no doubt that Lin Jian would instantly drop his disguise and turn and walk away. It was because she understood him that she knew how abnormal Lin Jian was being right now. Xiao Jian, you are truly Dad's good son. Quickly take Dad to the hospital. From now on, you are the heir of the Lin family. Dad only has you as a son. Seeing Lin Jian speak up for him, Lin Tianba's hope was rekindled. Dad, do you want to be rich again? Of course I do, but that's something to consider later. For now, just take me to the hospital. Dad promises, in the future, all the Lin family's assets will be left to you. That unfilial son Lin Ran won't get a single penny. Lin Jian shook his head, looking at Lin Tianba with contempt. You should be clear, the Lin family has nothing left but external debts now, so you should stop having such fantasies. Actually, it's very simple to succeed. Dad, have you ever heard the saying, being infamous is also a form of fame? Lin Tianba stared blankly at Lin Jian. What do you mean? Lin Jian stood up, his dark shadow falling over Lin Tianba. He had never seen his son with such a look before. Son, what are you trying to do? Liu Yuanmei was also truly confused. Lin Jian, the internet is so developed now, and Dad's image is as black as it can get. As long as we make good use of his infamous popularity, we can find a way to monetize it, and even succeed again. Liu Yuanmei and Lin Tianba looked at Lin Jian in shock, as if they were seeing this son for the first time. But we'll need your cooperation, Dad. The first step of this cooperation is that you cannot go to the hospital for treatment. What? Unfilial son, you would disregard your father's life and death for money. Lin Tianba was filled with rage. Lin Jian revealed a sinister smile. Dad, I call you Dad, out of courtesy. Actually, we both know that we're not related by blood, right? If I get you treated, and one day you have regrets, and want to kill me, wouldn't I be playing with fire? The smile in the darkness was always a bit chilling. Lin Tianba was completely shocked, stunned, and stupefied. Liu Yuanmei, son, this isn't right. As long as your father divorces me, I can take you, and we can definitely make a comeback. Lin Jian glanced at Liu Yuanmei with contempt. Make a comeback with what? By selling yourself? For how long? 10 years, 20 years, or until retirement? Liu Yuanmei, you disgust me. Liu Yuanmei took 3 steps back, looking at Lin Jian in disbelief. Xiao Jian, why are you saying this to me? I'm your mother. I raised you through so much hardship all these years, and now you say I'm disgusting. Lin Jian sneered. What kind of mother are you? How have you suffered all these years? You're just a parasite sucking the blood of the Lin family. You have a nerve to say you suffered. Lin Jian's attitude completely refreshed Lin Tianba and his wife's perception of this son. It turned out they really didn't understand Lin Jian at all before. From now on, I am in charge of the Lin family. You will both listen to me. As he spoke, Lin Jian looked at the two of them with extremely sharp eyes, devoid of his previous obedience and innocence. Mom, since you're already doing that kind of business anyway, why don't you just start charging for doing it in front of your husband? Let's tentatively set the price at 10,000. As for you, Dad, during your free time, you will live stream your misery according to my requirements. Only then will I give you food. Lin Jian had directly transformed into the head of the Lin family, commanding his parents. What? Unfilial son, are you crazy? Xiao Jian, you. Slap. For the first time, Liu Yuanmei slapped Lin Jian across the face. Lin Jian suddenly burst out laughing. Ha 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 ha. I am crazy, driven crazy by you too. This current situation is the seed you both planted. Don't think you're so noble. As he spoke, Lin Jian pointed his finger directly at Liu Yuanmei's nose. You, Liu Yuanmei, taking advantage of Lin Tianba's doting, embezzled the Lin family's property. Ever since moving into the Lin family home, you kicked Lin Ran out into the utility room. For so many years, you've been stingy with Lin Ran's living expenses, either gaslighting Lin Ran or gaslighting Lin Tianba. You turned them against each other, father and son. Wasn't your goal just to wait for Lin Ran to leave the Lin family, so you could take over everything? Well, now Lin Ran is indeed left, but what did you get? You not only failed, but you also dragged me down to suffer with you. You didn't even know to get the shares back before driving Lin Ran away. Stupid. Having her old secrets exposed by her own son, Liu Yuanmei was utterly humiliated and shouted, You're lying. I didn't. What's with the act? When I broke the antique vase as a child, you made Lin Ran take the blame, and then he got a severe beating from Lin Tianba. And that time Lin Ran wanted to go to, and from school with me. You said an extra person would use more gas, and you even told Lin Ran, You're a big boy now. You should be more sensible. In the end, Lin Ran had to buy a broken-down bicycle to get to and from school. Do you dare say these weren't your schemes? Now you're acting like a good person? Lin Tianba listened, dumbfounded. He never dreamed that such things were happening around him. Didn't that mean he had been misunderstanding Lin Ran all along? And as for his own son, Lin Ran, he seemed to have never given him a kind look. When did it start? Lin Tianba clearly remembered loving Lin Ran very much when he was a child. Suddenly, so many years of memories began to play in Lin Tianba's mind. Husband, Xiao Ran broke the vase. It's all my fault for not watching him. Please don't blame him. Husband, Xiao Jian said his room is too small and wants a bigger one. Look, since Xiao Ran is the older brother, could he give his room to his younger brother? In the end, Lin Jian's old room became a walk-in closet, and Lin Ran's room became Lin Jian's. Dad, it was my own fault for being careless. It really wasn't my brother who hit me. Please don't blame him. I shouldn't have provoked my brother. Lin Tianba's mind instantly exploded. A stream of clarity flowed in, and he felt as if he had suddenly woken up. Even the look on Lu Yuamei's face just before he went to find Lin Ran this time was clearly replicated in his mind. You've gone too far, it's all my fault. I'm the one who wronged that rebellious son. Lin Tianba was truly regretful. He felt he owed Lin Ran far too much. Lin Tianba, stop your wailing. Lin Jian directly interrupted Lin Tianba's performance. Not only did you cheat on your wife, but you also brought us over right after she died. We were just the ones carrying out the bullying of Lin Ran, but the one who truly allowed this to happen was you, his father. Lin Tianba, you're talking nonsense. When did I ever allow it? I didn't even know about these things. Ugly faces are never short of even uglier people around them. Back when Lin Ran refused to move into the storage room, weren't you the one who beat him in there with your belt? Have you lost your memory? If you hadn't constantly condoned our exploitation of Lin Ran, how could things have come to this? You are the main culprit behind it all. None of the three of us are good people. Let's not pretend to be pitiful. Lin Jian said a whole lot in one breath, making his tongue, which had mostly recovered, ache a little. Lin Tianba was stunned. Lu Yuemei was stunned. Only Lin Jian had a look of contempt. We're all thousand-year-old foxes, so let's skip the ghost stories. Isn't it better for everyone to just show their true colors? With that, Lin Jian let out a cold snort. Oomph. From now on, you two will listen to me. Otherwise, I'll make you pay. After speaking, Lin Jian went out and got a single room for himself at the front desk. After all, things had come to this. There was no need to pretend anymore. Where's the owner? I'm a receptionist here. The owner went home. If you need something, talk to me. Seeing the unfamiliar man at the counter, Lin Jian didn't think much of it. It was good enough to find a place that would let him stay. Give me a single room. The receptionist operated the system, then took out a QR code and handed over a room card. 100 a day. Lin Jian directly scanned 3,000 yuan. Lousy has money. I'll take it for the month. Smack. The receptionist slapped Lin Jian across the face. Who the hell are you putting on an act for? So what if you have money? Who are you calling lousy to? The receptionist stood up, his tall frame immediately intimidating Lin Jian. Big brother, I was wrong. I wasn't talking about you just now. I was just a little happy. The receptionist jumped out from behind the counter and grabbed Lin Jian by the collar. What the hell does your happiness have to do with me? Tell me, is who's lousy? Big brother, I was wrong. I'll never do it again. You are my lousy. Smack, another slap. The receptionist pointed to a stray dog at the entrance. Who the fuck are you insulting? That dog at the door is your lousy, understand? Lin Jian was a bit dazed from the beating. He couldn't believe a hotel staff member could be so violent. But he didn't dare to fight back or call the police, because this was the only place willing to let him stay. Yes, it's my lousy. It's my lousy. Smack, one more slap. Who is it? Lin Jian couldn't take it anymore. He said with a tear-streaked face, that stray dog is my lousy. Only then did the burly receptionist let go of Lin Jian with satisfaction. Scram. Lin Jian scurried away, afraid he'd get slapped again if he was a second too late. The receptionist here is so fierce, sob. Dantian Manor. Luo Yao was already sound asleep. Lin Ran finally understood why Uncle Fu said Luo Yao had sleep disorders, but could sleep so soundly by his side. Who could possibly have insomnia after exercising like that before bed? Looking at Luo Yao's beautiful eyelashes and listening to her even breathing, Lin Ran felt it was the most beautiful scene in the world. The years were quiet and good, and his beloved was by his side. Meow. A cat's cry broke the silence. Luo Yao is too ruthless, meow, meow, meow. Lin Ran immediately scolded it. Lin Ran, you'd better shut your meowing mouth. Be careful not to wake my wife, or I'll off you. Xiao Hei. It's not like I haven't been off before. Luo Yao is too ruthless, meow, meow, meow. Lin Ran got up very, very gently, being extremely careful, afraid that a large movement would wake Luo Yao. He slowly walked to the balcony, sat down on a chair, and looked at Xiaohei outside the window. Xiaohei, it's so cold out here. Aren't you going to invite me in? Lin ran. Opening the window will let cold air in. I'm afraid my wife will catch a cold. If you want to come in, go to the living room on the first floor. I'll wait for you there. Xiaohei, you are truly the most heartless and disloyal person I've ever met. Just you wait, this kitty will be there right away. Lin Ran glanced at Luo Yao on the bed and quietly left the bedroom. As the room door closed softly, Luo Yao opened her eyes and looked calmly towards the door. Aran, where did you go? Also, that meow just now sounded a bit familiar. Curiosity urged her towards the door. Then, through the crack in the door, she saw the living room on the first floor. Lin Ran was sitting on the sofa with his legs crossed. At his feet was a black mass. That black mass looked somewhat familiar, as if she had killed it before. And yet, it seemed like she had seen it somewhere else. Lin Ran, spit it out. What are you doing here so late? Xiaohei, nothing much. Just to tell you I have something to do and need to leave for a while. Lin Ran looked puzzled, showing a little concern, but not much. Where are you going? How long will you be back? Xiaohei, home. I'll probably be back after the new year. Lin Ran, you have a home? Xiaohei rolled its eyes with contempt. What? Only you can have a home, and I can't. Lin Ran quickly explained. No, I mean, where is your home? I didn't mean to mock you. Xiaohei, it's a secret. I can't tell you. Since the conversation had reached this point, there was no need to ask further. Everyone has their own business, and everyone has secrets. Xiaohei was no different, even though it wasn't human. Therefore, truly smart conversation is about knowing when to stop, not about prying relentlessly. This applies not only to friends, but also to couples and family. If they want to tell you, they will. If they don't, it means they don't want you to know. Pushing for answers will only create distance. Lin Ran, all right then, I guess we'll see each other after the new year. Before you go, there's something I want to ask you. Before Lin Ran could finish, Xiaohei suddenly felt an intense chill. It immediately turned its head. When its blue eyes caught sight of the dark crack of the door upstairs, a shiver ran through its entire body. Xiaohei, I'm toast. Luo Yao found me. She's not going to off me, is she? This kitty is out of here, meow, meow, meow. Luo Yao is too ruthless, meow, meow, meow. Hey, wait a minute. I still want to ask you what's up with Wang Anjian. Why did you show up there last time? The black shadow was already getting farther and farther away. We'll talk later. I gotta run. Luo Yao is too ruthless, meow, meow, meow. With a few leaps, Xiaohei disappeared from the villa. Lin Ran was left dumbfounded, then glanced at the closed bedroom door. He smiled helplessly, thinking to himself that Xiaohei had developed a trauma from Luo Yao. But it seemed Xiaohei had never formally met Luo Yao. The one time they met, it was almost killed by Luo Yao with a single slash. But at that time, Xiaohei had jumped out of the backpack in an instant. So Luo Yao probably didn't get a clear look. If you were to count his friends, Wu Zhishang was one. Although Xiaohei wasn't human, it could be considered one too. Since it was a friend, perhaps he should find a chance to introduce it to his wife. After all, without Xiaohei, he would never have met the Luo Yao of the past. In the grand scheme of things, it seemed a mysterious force was guiding his destiny, and Luo Yao's destiny. Lin Ran entered the bedroom, saw the closed door, and couldn't help but smile. Xiaohei must have been too nervous and afraid of Luo Yao to have had such a delusion. He gently opened the door and walked to the bedside. Seeing Luo Yao in the exact same position as when he left, he couldn't help but mock himself inwardly. Hell, what a cowardly cat. Wait, Lin Ran suddenly noticed a blind spot. Why did Xiaohei never take the initiative to see Luo Yao, or rather, never let Luo Yao see it? At most, it would only appear when Luo Yao was asleep. It seemed to want to avoid Luo Yao. Could it be that Xiaohei and Luo Yao had some necessary connection? Or was he just overthinking it? There's a problem. There must be a problem here. There's a saying, a person can't hate you for no reason, nor can they love you for no reason. Luo Yao loved him because the time reversal had planted that seed in her heart since childhood. He loved Luo Yao because the time reversal caused him to be reborn with his memories. So why was Xiaohei so good to him, even granting him 3 wishes? Was this an inevitable outcome from the very beginning? Lin Ran exhaled, feeling a headache coming on. He couldn't figure it out. He really couldn't. Slowly lifting a corner of the quilt, Lin Ran slipped in. He closed his eyes, but Lin Ran wasn't asleep at all. He understood now that Luo Yao was pretending to be asleep. Why? Because the bed wasn't very warm. Luo Yao had a cold personality, but not a cold body. She still had a body temperature of 37 degrees. After sleeping for so long, The bed should have been warm and cozy, but Lin Ran could only feel Luo Yao's body heat, not the residual warmth of the quilt. What did that prove? It proved that Luo Yao had just gotten back into bed. Thinking of this, Lin Ran smiled and didn't expose her. If Luo Yao opened her eyes at this moment, he would tell her the story of Xiao He. But since she was pretending to be asleep, it proved she wasn't ready to listen, or rather, didn't want him to know she had woken up. In that case, he would let her have her way. Besides, Lin Ran also wanted to uncover this secret bit by bit. The feeling of exploration gave him a strange sense of excitement. The next time Xiao He appeared, he would prepare a cat cage for it. He had to let his wife pet it a couple of times, and at the same time, break Xiao He's psychological trauma. Luo Yao was so cute. How could she just kill any cat she saw? Slowly, Lin Ran also fell asleep, but Luo Yao's eyelashes twitched. Luo Yao's inner thoughts. Our Ran actually likes pets like cats. Should I get him a few? He asked me this question last time. But if there are cats, will they steal his love away from me? Cats are really annoying animals. So annoying. All the animals our Ran likes are annoying, especially black ones. I will not let our Ran have a pet. I am our Ran's cutest pet. Our Ran can only dote on me. The next time I see that black thing, I must find a way to off it, whether it's a cat or a dog. As Luo Yao thought, she fell asleep again. The next day, when Lin Ran woke up, Luo Yao was already in the study, starting her work. Today, Luo Yao had her team of assistants command the entire Luo Corporation to snipe Samsung stock. Of course, this required enormous capital, but capital was the one thing Luo Yao did not lack. Others needed to cooperate with financial giants to snipe stocks. Luo Yao was the giant. Why target the Samsung conglomerate first? Luo Yao wanted to make it clear to the world that she, Luo Yao, specifically picked the toughest bones to chew. Hurting Samsung, making it shrink, and reducing its capital would make its cooperation with the three major families of Modu more difficult. After all, that Modu project was a huge money burner. Only then would she have the capital and ability to suppress them in Modu. No one expected the Luo Corporation to be the one to attack first, and to act so early. Of course, Samsung also reacted, constantly stabilizing its stock price. The method was naturally to invest a large amount of capital in buybacks, which also caused Samsung's funds to shrink. Just a few days ago, Lu Meng had already applied to the authorities to move a large amount of capital towards Modu for bidding and had submitted a proposal. In the near future, the Luo Corporation was going to pull off something big in Modu. It would require a large amount of capital, but the investment of these funds would make everyone's eyes pop out of their sockets. Luo Yao had given this plan a very personable name. Devour Samsung raw, skin Lu, Li, and Wang alive. If nothing went wrong, any capitalists who stood on the wrong side this time would get off lightly with just broken bones. The more serious cases would have to line up on the rooftops. Of course, one must not show mercy to opponents. They were already stepping on your face, ready to take you down. Were you just going to wait? If the Luo Corporation was defeated, those capitalists would not hesitate to chew up the Luo Corporation until not even bone fragments were left. The marketplace was sometimes more violent than the battlefield. It was a place of despair. And the instigator of all this was currently sitting in the study, leisurely enjoying the care of her man. Lin Ran brought a cup of coffee over. Luo Yao glanced at the coffee in Lin Ran's hand. I don't drink coffee. Lin Ran, I know. This is for me. Yours is here. With that, Lin Ran brought out a steaming hot drink from behind him. This is rose-brown sugar water that I prepare myself, especially for you. Your period is coming soon, so it's better to drink this. Luo Yao didn't expect Lin Ran to remember her cycle so clearly and showed a trace of tenderness. Ran, you're so good to me. The entire assistant team was working in the study, and upon hearing this, they felt shivers run down their spines. At the Luo Corporation, Luo Yao was a decisive, cold, and ruthless character, but in front of young Master Lin, she was like a gentle little kitten. Of course, that was on the premise that young Master Lin hadn't made a mistake, but this still gave them goosebumps. Director Luo, can you please go back to normal? We prefer you when you're as cold as ice. We're more used to that. Lin Ran showed a smile as bright as a spring breeze. My heart is very big, but it can only hold you. If I'm not good to you, who else can I be good to? The assistant team's inner thoughts. He's such a smooth talker, you'd think his mouth's been greased. Every word is disgustingly sweet. Lu Meng shot a harsh glance at the assistant team, and they all lowered their heads to continue working. Lin Ran also noticed the abnormality in the assistant team. Yao Yao, it seems your employees have been force-fed a mouthful of our PDA. Luo Yao, is that so? Then let's reward them with a 10,000 bonus this month. All the members of the assistant team instantly looked up. Long live Director Luo. Long live young Master Lin. Director Luo and young Master Lin are truly a match made in heaven. Young Master Lin really loves Director Luo so much. Look at that gentle gaze, and he even personally prepares a warming drink for Director Luo. What kind of divine husband is this? He's simply the strongest support behind our Director Luo. Director Luo is young Master Lin's support. Director Luo is rich, beautiful, and loves young Master Lin so much. If I were young Master Lin, I would be head over heels for Director Luo. Hearing the assistant's flattery, the corners of Luo Yao's mouth gradually curved into a beautiful arc, feeling a bit giddy. In that case, add another 10,000. Wow, Director Luo is my goddess. I wish Director Luo and young Master Lin a lifetime of happiness. Inner thoughts. Young Master Lin, you go on, keep showing off. If we complain again, may our entire families perish. Lin Ran was also stunned by Luo Yao's move. Compared to Luo Yao, were his own employees even treated like humans? He seemed to have only given them a bonus once. Alas, he couldn't compare, he really couldn't. Luo Yao was just born with that kind of domineering aura. Aran, I still need to be busy for a while. Can you wait for me? Can I wait for you here then? If I wait elsewhere, I can't see you. Luo Yao's heart leaped with joy. No matter how long she had been with Lin Ran, he could always stir her emotions. Logically, people who are together often should see their feelings eventually become calm and realistic. But they were able to maintain this passion and sweetness, which was very unscientific. Okay, you could just watch me from here. Lin Ran sat beside Luo Yao, propping his chin with his hand and staring intently at Luo Yao's beautiful side profile. This time, not a single assistant thought Lin Ran was being cheesy. Instead, they thought it was perfectly reasonable. As long as young Master Lin performs well, employee bonuses will not be small. If his love is strong enough, even the CEO will have to take maternity leave. Luo Yao enjoyed Lin Ran's affectionate gaze while leading her team through their intense work. From time to time, an assistant's report would be heard, and occasionally, an assistant would deliver documents. Luo Yao's gaze was either on the computer or on the documents, but her peripheral vision was always on Lin Ran. After an unknown amount of time, even Luo Yao let out a sigh of relief. All right, it's done. Lin Ran pulled out a tissue and gently wiped Luo Yao's face, though in reality, Luo Yao hadn't sweat at all. What do you want to eat for lunch? I'll go make it for you. Luo Yao, no need to trouble yourself. Just have the chef make it. At this moment, an assistant muttered under their breath. Young Master Lin is making a loving lunch for Director Luo. Is there a share for us? Lu Ming shot a glare at her, thinking, are you tired of living? Lin Ran, sorry, I only cook for Yao Yao. What you eat and whether it's good has nothing to do with me, Lin Ran. The assistant muttered quietly again. All right, the boss's husband loves Director Luo too much. We workers can only eat dirt. I'm so jealous of Director Luo. Luo Yao said without looking away. Lu Ming, let them order. The manor's chef will cook. Lu Ming, understood. At this point, the entire assistant team looked at the muttering person in shock. That was a brilliant move of reverse flattery. We learned something new. In fact, they did have work meals, and they were quite good. But how could they compare to the delicious food made by the manor's professional chef? You had to know, any ingredient in the manor could have been air freighted. As long as the flattery is good, there will be no shortage of fine food. Long live Director Luo. Lin Ran made a sumptuous lunch for Luo Yao. Although Luo Yao was used to being fed, she still felt bad for Lin Ran's hard work. What to do when he's worked hard? Of course, he needed to relax. So after the meal, Luo Yao didn't immediately go back to work, but instead spent some time with Lin Ran discussing the true meaning of life. Yao Yao, should I have Uncle Fu pack our luggage? What luggage? Aren't we preparing to go to Modu? We can't just go with nothing, can we? Lin Ran remembered very clearly that in the last life, Luo Yao's trip to Modu lasted 7 days. Why did he remember it so clearly? Because he spent those 7 days in captivity. Luo Yao was afraid he would run away, so she had Uncle Fu watch him at all times, didn't give him a key, and he spent 7 days and nights in chains. Of course, it was only a confinement of his freedom. Luo Yao never made things difficult for him in terms of living conditions. No need to pack. We have everything in Modu. Lin Ran. We're not bringing anything. Luo Yao suddenly looked at Lin Ran and blinked. Aran, I built you a manor in Modu. You can move right in when you get there. You don't need to bring anything. Lin Ran. He had lived 2 lives and never knew about this. Huh? Manor? Like the one we're in now. The area is about the same, but the style is different. Okay, then I'll have to take a good look when I get there. Lin Ran clearly remembered that Luo Yao had never told him about this, and he had never been to the Moda Manor in his previous life. Thinking that this trip might take a week, he said, "We're leaving soon. This afternoon, I want to go to the hospital to see Uncle Fu's grandson. The little boy seems to be having surgery soon." Luo Yao's eyes grew strange as she looked Lin Ran up and down. "You don't have a thing for kids, do you? That little child can actually divert your attention." Lin Ran's face darkened. Even after all this time, he was still sometimes shocked by Luo Yao's thought process. "I don't." Luo Yao smiled. "Just teasing you. Go ahead. That child has already been transferred to another hospital, the one owned by the Eve family." Lin Ran nodded. He already knew about this. Luo Yao might seem cold, but she really was cold. Helping Wang Anjian was entirely out of consideration for Uncle Fu's many years of dedicated service. It was fine to say she had a sharp tongue but a soft heart, but if she was unhappy, she could instantly have a sharp tongue and a heart of nuclear fission. Lin Ran understood that even if Luo Yao didn't do these things, Uncle Fu had the ability to get Wang Anjian better medical care. The child had started pre-operative preparations in the last few days, and Wang Ma had been given special leave by Uncle Fu to take care of him. Of course, Lin Ran didn't bring Uncle Fu with him on this visit. The elderly's affairs should be left for the elderly to resolve themselves. The reason he came to see Wang Anjian was that he always felt there was something different about this child, something that made him want to get closer. Wang Anjian was staying in the same hospital room Lin Ran had stayed in last time, completely free of charge, of course. In truth, they could have afforded it even if it wasn't free, especially with Uncle Fu around. And the subsequent treatment was fully funded by the hospital. Even Wang Anjian's previous attending physician had been headhunted by the Yi family with a high salary, just to make Wang Anjian feel a sense of familiarity. Lin Ran had the bodyguards wait outside, while he gently pushed open the door to the hospital room. He saw Dean Ibuheo personally examining Wang Anjian, with Wang Ma watching from the side. "Brother Lin Ran, are you here to see Anjian?" Wang Anjian was the first to notice Lin Ran's arrival. "Yes, I am. Has little Anjian been a good boy in following his treatment?" Wang Anjian immediately flashed a pure and innocent smile. "Of course. I've been very obedient." Lin Ran walked into the room. Wang Ma said, a little embarrassed, "Young Master Lin, you're here. Thank you and miss so much." Lin Ran sighed softly. Although he sometimes joked with Uncle Fu, some things still had to be said. You should actually thank Uncle Fu. Without his dedicated service all these years, Anjian wouldn't be able to receive such good medical care. Wang Ma fell silent for a moment, then squeezed out a smile. "I'm grateful to him in my heart, but I can't seem to say it when I see him." Lin Ran. "Wang Ma, we've known each other for so many years, so I won't beat around the bush. You and Uncle Fu need to resolve your own issues. Don't choose to just make do because of my relationship with Luo Yao. I've heard a bit of your story, and the decision is still up to you. Uncle Fu hasn't forgotten you all these years." Having known Lin Ran for so many years, Wang Ma knew he was genuinely concerned for her, which moved her deeply. Apart from those beasts in the Lin family, no one would think Lin Ran was a bad kid. "Thank you, young Master Lin. I know what to do." Wang Ma didn't avoid the topic, because she knew that at this point, she had to face these issues. Lin Ran nodded, not planning to continue on this topic, as Wang Anjian was listening with wide eyes. It was better for children to know as little as possible. "Ibuheo, you're all thanking the wrong people. You should be thanking the hospital, thanking me, and thanking the ever-advancing medical technology." Lin Ran/Wang Ma. "Patient's family, come with me for a moment. I need to discuss the child's condition with you." Wang Ma left with Ibuheo. Before she left, she glanced at Lin Ran and Wang Anjian in the room and felt at ease. It was right to keep things about the illness from the child. Not to mention a child, even with an adult, it was necessary to communicate with the family first. As soon as they left, Wang Anjian patted the side of the bed excitedly and said, "Brother Lin Ran, come sit here and rest. I've already flattened it out for you." Lin Ran gently stroked Wang Anjian's little head. "Anjian, why are you so adorable?" Hearing Lin Ran's praise, the child's happiness was written all over his face. "Thank you. Brother Lin Ran is very cute too." The word cute was a bit awkward when applied to Lin Ran, but he couldn't refute a child's compliment. Seeing that Wang Anjian's mood was stable, Lin Ran felt confident in saying what he came to say. "I came today to tell you something. Brother is leaving Kyoto for a while tomorrow." Wang Anjian's head drooped instantly, but he still asked, "How long will you be gone, brother? Will you be back to see me for my surgery? Do you know what day your surgery is?" I know, in 10 days. Lin Ran remembered that Luo Yao's last trip was 7 days. Why so clear? Because he had spent those 7 days in deep water and scorching fire. I'll be gone for about 7 days. I should be back just in time for your surgery. Don't worry. Even if I'm not in Kyoto then, I'll fly back overnight to see you. But you have to promise me that no matter what happens, you'll be brave, okay? Okay then. Brother Lin Ran, you can't lie to me. It's a deal. Anjian, you have a beautiful smile, like a flower in spring. Lin Ran didn't want to continue on the topic of illness. Although Wang Anjian looked very sickly, his smile was so bright it could melt ice and snow. But while Lin Ran wanted to change the subject, Wang Anjian did not. Brother Lin Ran is just trying to cheer me up. I know those are song lyrics. I actually understand. This illness is very hard to treat. Just because Grandma and the others don't tell me doesn't mean I don't know. Even with a suitable match, the surgery might fail. And even if it succeeds, there will be follow-up problems. I've been prepared for a long time. Lin Ran didn't expect Wang Anjian to have such a good mentality at such a young age. You're so brave and optimistic. God loves children who love to smile. Your surgery will definitely be a success. Wang Anjian's gaze was pure and innocent, and he said something that made Lin Ran freeze on the spot. If I die one day, I want to bring all the happiness I can to everyone around me who loves me before I go. Like Grandma, like Brother Lin Ran, and like that strange grandpa from the other day. Lin Ran was instantly stunned. He never expected a child to say such a thing. In terms of strength, bravery, and optimism, Wang Anjian had already surpassed the vast majority of adults, and his mentality was excellent, unlike other patients who were filled with despair. Anjian, you are truly the most adorable child I've ever met. I'm not lying to you. Who wouldn't love a little angel like Wang Anjian, who wanted to bring happiness to everyone around him? You're also the cutest brother I've ever met. Both Lin Ran and Wang Anjian smiled. This big and small pair both saw the sunshine and hope of life in each other. Do you like that grandpa from the other day? Wang Anjian, I do. He seems to be my real grandpa. Lin Ran was instantly dumbfounded, blinking his eyes. Who told you that? Wang Anjian proudly tilted his head up. I guessed it myself. They thought they could hide it from me, but I can tell. That's my grandpa. With that, Wang Anjian took an old photo out of a bag by his bed. This is a photo of my dad. See? Don't Grandpa and Dad look a lot alike? Lin Ran took a look. Holy cow, wasn't this just a younger version of Uncle Fu? They do look a bit alike. Wang Anjian said confidently. Grandma and Grandpa must have had some misunderstanding. They won't tell me, but I can guess it all. Lin Ran instantly felt that his intelligence was inferior to that of a child. Wang Anjian had managed to uncover such a huge secret from these few scraps of information, and had even easily guessed the truth of the matter. It was simply amazing. If it were him, he'd probably still be in the dark. How are kids these days so smart? Wang Ma soon returned. Seeing this, Lin Ran prepared to leave. Wang Ma walked him out of the room. Young Master Lin, Anjian's successful surgery this time is all thanks to you and Miss. You are like his second parents. I will never forget this kindness for the rest of my life. Lin Ran sighed. He now felt a bit of pity for Wang Anjian. Such a cheerful and sunny child. How did he get such a disease? Was this all fate? Wang Ma, Anjian's parents are gone. In the past, you were his only relative, but he could actually have one more. As for me and Luo Yao, we at most played a supporting role. I shouldn't be saying these things, but I just discovered that Anjian actually knows about all this. What does he know? He already knows that Uncle Fu is his real grandfather. Although we haven't spoken about some things, it doesn't mean a child doesn't know. Anjian's intelligence is beyond your imagination. Wang Ma looked at Lin Ran in disbelief. Did she really know so little about her own grandson? She owed this child too much. After Lin Ran left, Wang Ma readjusted her emotions and returned to the hospital room. Lin Ran, on the other hand, returned to the manor with his team of bodyguards. At this time, Luo Yao's first step in sniping the Samsung conglomerate was almost complete. Throughout the day, countless Koreans were trembling with fear, some even preparing to line up on rooftops. The wars of capitalists, though without smoke, were no less bloody. Of course, if Samsung had successfully entered China, who knows how many more people would have gone to the rooftops. After all, the market was already saturated. If market share was seized, it was destined that some would fall. Every successful enterprise stands on the bones of its failures. Those who can fight back after repeated defeats and still succeed are as rare as phoenix feathers in the entire business world. Such people are truly 1 in 10,000 and can eventually become tycoons. When Lin Ran returned to the manor, it happened to be the end of Luo Yao's workday. The entire team of assistants breathed a sigh of relief. They were exhausted from the day. You had to know, although they were an assistant team, they were actually in control of the entire Luo Corporation. The work they did seemed simple, like coordinating and mobilizing, but in reality, every step was perilous and every detail meticulous. They had to convey information accurately and report in a timely manner. To be able to do this was no simple task. Furthermore, Luo Yao's assistant team was a group of truly versatile talents. So, they earned their salaries not by slacking off, but through real ability. Even the fire Zhang Xinyan could produce a script in 24 hours, and that wasn't even her area of expertise, which showed how capable the assistant team was. Thank you for your hard work, everyone. Tomorrow, have Lu Ming arrange for you all to go out and have some fun. The company will cover the expenses. Having received Luo Yao's reward, everyone, though tired, had a happy smile on their face. There was money to be earned, bonuses to be had, and benefits. In a company like this, apart from the suffocating pressure from Director Luo and the suffocating sweetness from young Master Lin, everything else was top-tier treatment. Besides, what's wrong with a little PDA? Some people wished for it and couldn't get it. We love overtime. We love watching their PDA. When Lin Ran appeared, the entire assistant team ran off in a hurry. Lin Ran looked bewildered at the assistant team, rushing to get off work. It felt like they weren't very happy, more like they were fleeing a disaster. Or perhaps like they were rushing to a funeral. It didn't matter. They were just workers, after all. Why make things difficult for them? The one he cared about had always been the little demon who he had been dreaming of day and night since his rebirth, the one he never wanted to be apart from for a single moment. Wifey, I'm back. Did you miss me? I did. Come here, Luo Yao ordered while acting cute. Lin Ran walked in front of Luo Yao, and she gently stood on her tiptoes. A homecoming kiss. He was momentarily stunned. Shouldn't he, Lin Ran, be the one doing this? Why did it feel like it was the other way around? Hee, that's not enough. I want more. Such a request was naturally granted. Lin Ran noticed that from a distance. Eyes were occasionally glancing over, but they didn't dare to look directly. A closer look revealed it was Uncle Fu, who wanted to approach but was afraid of disturbing them. The old man seemed a bit distracted. After a while, Lin Ran and Luo Yao finally separated. Luo Yao seemed to remember something. Aran, I prepared a surprise for you. Wait a little before you go back to the bedroom. She then walked away, leaving Lin Ran puzzled. Uncle Fu took this opportunity to come to Lin Ran's side. You want to ask about your grandson's situation, right? Young Master Lin, you're so smart. Lin Ran's face turned cold. You could just ask Wang Ma yourself. Why are you asking me? What? You don't have Wang Ma's phone number. Uncle Fu's face flushed slightly. I was just worried she wouldn't answer me. Lin Ran didn't expect him to be shy at his age. I give you a chance, and you're still useless. At your age, you're still afraid of these things. You really disappoint me. Now, immediately, get out of my sight, or I'll dock your bonus. Uncle Fu, the sky is falling. Never mind. As long as he wanted to know, he could always find out. Although Wang Ma didn't contact Uncle Fu, she was in contact with other maids in the villa. Xiao Jing, has Wang Ma contacted you? No. Xiao Jing lowered her head, not daring to look at Uncle Fu. Frustrated, Uncle Fu asked another one. Xiao Hong, did Wang Ma tell you about her grandson's condition? She did. What did she tell you? Tell me the details. Xiao Hong put on a look of recollection and said, Wang Ma said, don't tell Uncle Fu about my grandson's condition. Uncle Fu, why were the maids in the villa getting so impertinent lately? They used to be respectful, even a little afraid of him. Since that incident, the way these maids looked at him was a bit strange, as if he were the scumbag of the century. But he was truly misunderstood by them. I, Zhang Laifu, have absolutely never intentionally wronged my woman. You've really misunderstood me. He had to find a chance to teach this bunch of impertinent maids a lesson. Otherwise, they wouldn't know who was number 3 in this villa. Finally, a helpless Uncle Fu dialed Wang Ma's number. Dahua, it's me, Zhang Laifu. Wang Ma, you want to ask about Anjian, right? It's nothing really. If you want to ask, just ask. He's your grandson, after all. Uncle Fu hadn't expected such a sudden change in Wang Ma and was immediately ecstatic. I wanted to ask about Anjian's condition, but I also want to talk to you, Dahua. After all these years, are you really not going to forgive me? What happened back then was indeed my fault, but you never gave me a chance. Wang Ma had previously said repeatedly that she didn't blame him, but she never explicitly forgave him, which made Uncle Fu very upset. In truth, although Uncle Fu outwardly said it was his fault, in his heart he never thought he was wrong. After all, he wasn't the one who had let go back then. But as a man, he couldn't let others think his woman was at fault, so he took the blame. On the other end of the line, Wang Ma was silent for a moment. Recalling what Lin Ran had said today, she sighed softly. Actually, I never blamed you. I was just angry that you weren't a little braver back then. At the station, I really wanted to get on the train, but I had already walked 99 steps for you. Why couldn't you just take one step for me? If you had been a bit more decisive back then, maybe I would have gone with you. Tears instantly streamed down Uncle Fu's face. So, all these years, he truly hadn't been wronged at all. Dawa, I'm sorry. Uncle Fu completely broke down, breaking down for love. It was no injustice that he had to wait decades to receive this love. There's no need for apologies. If we're being fair, I was at fault too. In matters of love, there is no right or wrong, is there? You're right. Neither of us was wrong. There was only regret. Dahua, promise me. Let's not let this regret continue. There was a long silence on the other end before a single word came through. Okay. Then, Wang Ma told Uncle Fu what Lin Ran had said to her that day. Uncle Fu's gratitude towards Lin Ran was like a surging river, endless and unceasing. After hanging up, for the first time, Uncle Fu took the initiative to knock on his master's bedroom door for a personal matter. Luo Yao was wearing cute pajamas, her head resting on Lin Ran's abdomen. Lin Ran, also in pajamas, was gently tidying her hair. Didn't you say there was surprise? What is it? Luo Yao showed a devilish smile and pointed to the sofa in the bedroom. Lin Ran was instantly dumbfounded. It was a bunny girl outfit? Which color does our Ran like? I'll wear it for you later. Lin Ran swallowed hard. Just imagining the scene was enough to make his nose bleed. I like all of them. No, I need to calm down, or I'll die young sooner or later. Hearing the knock on the door, Lin Ran said with a smile, It's probably time for dinner. Shall we go? Luo Yao turned and buried her head in Lin Ran's warm chest, shaking her head and nuzzling him. No, I don't want to go. I just want to stay here with our Ran. Seeing the adorable person in his arms, a happy curve formed on Lin Ran's lips. After Luo Yao had nuzzled to her heart's content, Lin Ran finally said, Come in. Uncle Fu walked into the bedroom with his head bowed. Young Master Lin, miss, it's time for dinner. Got it. Seeing that Uncle Fu hadn't left, Lin Ran raised an eyebrow. What? Has Wang Ma forgiven you? Uncle Fu bowed deeply. Lin Ran quickly stepped aside. Don't be like that. Just speak normally. You're scaring me. Uncle Fu, thank you. If it weren't for you, I might not have been able to see Dahua even now. All right. It seems your life is saved. In that case, you should treat Wang Ma well. She has really suffered all these years. Lin Ran didn't think Wang Ma was right, but she had suffered. He also didn't think Uncle Fu was wrong, but he wasn't brave. Of course, his past self was even more despicable than them. The harm he had once inflicted on Luo Yao was carved as if by a knife and axe. Uncle Fu glanced at Luo Yao. Only then did Luo Yao speak. What our Ran said is what I want to say. You don't have to kill yourself. After so many days, he finally received this pardon from Luo Yao. Uncle Fu let out a deep sigh of relief. He knew his young miss was never one to joke around. With her personality, it was very possible she would have really lent him a dagger. Thank goodness. The fact that Wang Ma could forgive him today was all thanks to Lin Ran. Although young Master Lin didn't say it, his actions proved it. He really did have a sharp tongue, but a soft heart. Thinking of this, Uncle Fu cast a grateful look at Lin Ran. This gratitude was completely sincere. Miss, young Master Lin, I'll take my leave now. Dinner is ready in the dining room. Luo Yao lay lazily on Lin Ran, not wanting to move at all. She loved this feeling. Ran, did you know you just captured an old man's heart? If you dare to waste your time on that old man, you will become a dead old man. Lin Ran, do you even hear what you're saying? All my energy is on you. So, can our esteemed Princess Yao Yao eat now? They still had to eat, as Luo Yao's stomach wasn't very good. I need my husband to hold me to eat. Lin Ran stood up, gently draped Luo Yao's slender arms over his shoulders, and carefully picked her up, trying to keep her in a very comfortable position. Luo Yao curled up in Lin Ran's arms like a little kitten. After leaving the bedroom, Uncle Fu was instantly hit by a critical strike of love, feeling like he was being force-fed PDA. Lin Ran carried his wife towards the dining room. He suddenly remembered the time he was drunk, and Luo Yao had Princess carried him into the bedroom. At that time, Lin Ran had been surprised by how strong Luo Yao was. Now this woman with explosive combat power was in his arms, as docile as could be. Arriving at the dining room, the two maintained this posture while eating. All the maids revealed doting smiles. As long as young Master Lin works hard enough, if Miss is happy, maybe she'll give us more bonuses. Actually, we don't need Miss. We can just curry favor with young Master Lin. It feels like young Master Lin has more say in this house than Miss does. Curry favor with young Master Lin? Are you crazy? Aren't you afraid Miss will off you? Miss and young Master Lin are so well matched and so loving. Just then, Uncle Fu coughed lightly. Although they were a bit far from the dining table, it was still inappropriate for them to be gossiping about their masters. Be careful, or you'll be fired. All the maids immediately shut their mouths and said no more. After Lin and Luo had almost finished eating, to everyone's surprise, Uncle Fu walked up to the dining table and said something shocking. Young Master Lin, miss, I have something to say. Lin Ran was just about to go to the study with Luo Yao to try something when he heard Uncle Fu's words. What is it? Luo Yao's voice, except when speaking to Lin Ran, was always cold. Lin Ran picked up a glass of water from the table and took a sip, thinking, if what you have to say isn't important and delays our time in the study, you're in for a world of hurt. I want to propose to Wang Ma. Lin Ran couldn't help but spit out his water. Haha, Uncle Fu, you're already at that age, and you're still planning to do something fancy? Uncle Fu immediately retorted. Young Master Lin, you're mistaken. Old people have their own spring too. I, Zhang Laifu, am willing to do anything for Wang Dawa. Not only will I propose, but I'll also have a wedding and go on a honeymoon with Dawa. Lin Ran looked at Uncle Fu strangely, just short of asking, do you still have the function for that? But the words that came out were, all right, I support you, Luo Yao. When you get married, pick a villa in the manor. This reward made him happier than any bonus could. It also proved that Miss intended for him to retire in the manor, and he could bring his most beloved person with him. Thank you, Miss. In fact, Uncle Fu didn't need to announce his plans. He could have just done them. The reason he stated his intentions in front of so many people was, first, to tell everyone that he, Zhang Laifu, was not a heartless man. He loved Wang Dahua. Second, he wanted to use this method to show his young Miss his determination, that he would never be a fickle man. Third, he wanted others to spread the news to Wang Ma, to let her know how much he cared for her. Before leaving, Lin Ran winked at Uncle Fu. Uncle Fu understood the meaning. We've been so good to you. Don't forget to help me plan Yao Yao's birthday. It turned out young Master Lin cared so much about Miss now. This feeling was really good. Lin Ran and Luo Yao went to the study. Why here? Naturally, to satisfy Luo Yao's little kink. Study and in bunny girl outfit leaning on the desk. Time flowed like sand. In a blink of an eye, it was time to leave Kyoto. Early this morning, Lin Ran woke up early. This time, he chose to accompany Luo Yao to witness with his own eyes how she swept through the business world, and also to help Luo Yao block some trivial troubles. You see, in his past life, it was during this period that Luo Yao firmly established her position as the #1 in the business world. In the past, many people thought Luo Yao was just messing around and got lucky. This time, everyone truly realized that this era belonged solely to Luo Yao. Lin Ran had thought they would go directly to the airport, but to his surprise, Luo Yao took him straight to the manor's helipad. Soon, a few helicopters and a private jet flew over. This, Aran, we have a private jet. We don't have to squeeze in with others. Hee okay. In fact, many people think planes are prone to accidents, but among all modes of transportation, the accident rate for airplanes is the lowest. Of course, if an accident does happen, the survival rate is also the lowest. Just as Lin Ran was about to board the jet, Luo Yao pulled him back. We're taking this one. Lin Ran saw a very handsome and imposing helicopter, his heart filled with shock. Lu Ming and the assistant team boarded the jet. Special Assistant Lu were on the jet. What about Miss and young Master Lin? Sure, you're asking too much. Didn't you see they already boarded the helicopter? Wow, Miss is so cool, and young Master Lin is so handsome. Their compatibility is off the charts. Today, Luo Yao was wearing a tight black outfit, similar to what she wore when she rescued him from the warehouse, with her hair in a bun. She sat in the helicopter's cockpit, preparing to pilot it herself. Aran, do you want to fly a plane? It's actually very simple. Lin Ran shook his head. I think I'll pass. I'm afraid of heights. The best way to overcome fear, Lin Ran frowned and replied quizzically, is to face the fear. Luo Yao, Ali Gui, a Chinese internet meme phrase for encouragement. Aran, fasten your seatbelt and put on your gear. We're taking off. Looking at Luo Yao's sexy figure, Lin Ran said weakly, Yao Yao, I have something to tell you before we take off. What is it? For our safety, can we please not go 1,000 miles in a day on the helicopter this time? Luo Yao suddenly brought her face close to Lin Ran's, feeling each other's breath. She lowered her eyes to look at Lin Ran's lips. What if I say no? It's too dangerous. Luo Yao, then before we take off. This time, the two of them really took to the heavens. The flight from Kyoto to Modu was a long distance. Luo Yao knew that. From the ground to the sky, how deep it went, Lin Ran also knew. By the time they reached their destination, Lu Meng and the others had already arrived. Modu. The helicopter flew directly towards the manor's helipad in Modu. The flight path had been reported in advance, so there were no problems. Luo Yao's helicopter slowly landed on the helipad. At the same time, Lu Meng had already arranged for people to receive them. They had arrived a full 2 hours earlier than Luo Yao. Lu Meng didn't understand where Luo Yao had been flying during that time. Why was she so slow? The bodyguard's helicopter followed behind, waiting to land. The helicopter door opened. The moment Lin Ran got off the plane, he couldn't hold it in and vomited. Lin Ran had a bit of vertigo. He got carsick, seasick, and airsick. He couldn't even play 3D games for too long. He remembered time when he was obsessed with a battle royale game, but because of his 3D motion sickness, he ended up playing while vomiting and taking motion sickness pills. Later, he found it was hopeless and had to give up the game. Cars were usually fine as he got used to it. Planes were also okay, but this was his first time in a helicopter like this, and he couldn't hold it in. Luo Yao looked at Lin Ran's pitiful state. "Aran, how do you feel?" Lin Ran waved his hand and took the water offered by bodyguard. "Maybe I was just too exhausted earlier. That's why I'm dizzy." When Lin Ran looked up at the place, he was instantly dumbfounded. He had felt very sick during the final part of the flight and had kept his eyes closed until they landed, so he hadn't seen the full view of the place. He had assumed the style here would be similar to the manor in Kyoto, but he realized he had been too simple-minded. The manor in Kyoto was about luxury and elegance, but this place felt full of modern technology, a completely different style. "Aran, do you like it here? This is also your property." Lin Ran was still a little dizzy. "This is also under my name?" "Yes, the property deed is in the cloakroom of the Kyoto villa." Lin Ran felt a bit shown up. He might not be the richest or most capable man in the world, but he had married the richest and most capable person in the world. "I might not be great, but my wife is..." "You still haven't answered me. Do you like it here?" "The style is very different from the Kyoto manor." "I like it. I like the technological products here, and I also like the elegant feeling of Kyoto. It would be even better if they could be combined into one." Hearing this answer, Luo Yao's eyes darted around, as if she knew what to do. "Yao Yao, you're not thinking of building one according to my request, are you?" "There's no need." Luo Yao didn't expect Lin Ran to guess her thoughts so easily. Had Lin Ran come to understand her so well? "Aran, let's go inside first." There was still some distance from the helipad to the villa area, so naturally they couldn't walk. Luo Yao took Lin Ran into a car that had been arranged in advance. As they entered the living area, Lin Ran saw the interior of the place up close. If the Kyoto manor exuded a sense of luxury, then this place exuded a sense of technology. Upon entering the living area, everything in sight was smart technology. After getting out of the car, the path under their feet turned into a multicolored black, showcasing the master's grand return. The maids in the villa were already standing in 2 rows, bowing respectfully. Fortunately, the maids weren't robots. Otherwise, Lin Ran would really suspect he had entered the future world. "Welcome home, miss." "Welcome home, young Master Lin." Upon entering the door, the first thing he saw was a panoramic window overlooking a huge constant-temperature swimming pool. "Are you sure this isn't some tourist attraction built for tourism?" It did indeed look a bit like an ultra-luxurious scenic area. "There is only one scenic spot in my world, and that is wherever you are," Luo Yao answered without any hesitation. Just then, a woman walked over. "Welcome home, Director Luo." "Welcome home, young Master Lin." There was no butler here, but a professional manor manager, a role similar to a butler. Lin Ran also learned that this woman, known as Manager Jiang, was the highest-ranking leader in the manor when they were not around. Manager Jiang's full name was Jiang Feihua. At this moment, the woman was wearing a professional smile. "Miss, young Master Lin, the journey must have been tiring. Please rest for a while." Then, with a very standard bow, she made a gesture of invitation. For some reason, although Manager Jiang did everything perfectly, Lin Ran just felt it was a bit awkward. He didn't know what exactly was awkward about it. Luo Yao walked into the villa with Lin Ran without looking at anyone else, including Jiang Feihua. Jiang Feihua, who was currently bowing her head, still maintained a standard smile and followed behind, carefully observing the master's every move, afraid of missing any of their needs. The shape of this villa was not a traditional villa design. One side was built against a mountain and the other against water, as if embedded in nature. It was clearly designed by a master. The villa had 3 staggered floors. It It wasn't tall, but it surprisingly had 2 elevators. Lin Ran was amused by this setup. Wasn't this a pure waste? With that effort, you could have already climbed the stairs. Jiang Feihua very considerately pressed the elevator button. After Lin Ran and Luo Yao walked in, Jiang Feihua looked at them and smiled again, politely asking, "Miss, which floor are we going to?" Luo Yao didn't speak, but looked at Jiang Feihua coldly. Jiang Feihua instantly felt a chill behind her and quickly lowered her head. "Luo Yao, you can get lost now." Jiang Feihua didn't dare to say anything and quickly walked out of the elevator. Only then did Luo Yao's smile return. Lin Ran was puzzled by Luo Yao's actions. Just as he was about to ask, Luo Yao covered his mouth, one hand pressing the elevator button, the other pressing Lin Ran's head. Arriving on the 2nd floor, Luo Yao skillfully led Lin Ran to the master bedroom. The lighting here was excellent, with huge floor-to-ceiling windows and a whole house of smart home. Ahem, it was all smart home technology. What surprised Lin Ran was that there were 2 beds here. Luo Yao took Lin Ran's hand and walked to one of the beds. "This is a waterbed. I specially prepared it for you. It's also automatic." Lin Ran reached out to test the texture with a wry smile. Luo Yao was truly a little demon who constantly refreshed his understanding of her. "Your mind is so full of color. How can you still be so successful in your career?" Lin Ran asked a question from the depths of his soul. "Because you are my spiritual food. Only when I'm with you can I face everything in a better state." She then pointed to the waterbed. "Ran, want to try it now?" "Lin Ran, let's try it tonight. After all, we just arrived in a new environment, and I still feel a bit uncomfortable. Plus, I'm still a little dizzy. I need to recover." What Lin Ran didn't expect was that this decision would make him regret it for many days. Because when night came, Luo Yao's relative arrived as scheduled. All right, he had finally entered a state of complete hibernation. The waterbed had truly become just a bed for sleeping. In the afternoon, the assistant team checked into the guest rooms in the manor. As for the bodyguard team, they already had their fixed restrooms. The entire bodyguard team from Kyoto had come over. The core members had followed them in a helicopter. The non-core members had flown over in advance. It seemed Luo Yao was a bit worried about the security in Modu. In Modu, Lin Ran felt that the security system had been upgraded again. In the evening, to Lin Ran's surprise, an unexpected old man also arrived. "Uncle Fu, why did you suddenly come over?" Lin Ran was puzzled. Wasn't Uncle Fu supposed to stay in Kyoto? Why did he suddenly come over? And little Anjian's surgery was coming up. Was it really appropriate for Uncle Fu not to be by Wang Ma's side? "You'll have to ask Miss about that. It was Miss who instructed me to come." Just then, Jiang Feihua appeared. "Young Master Lin, dinner is ready. Please proceed to the dining room." "Okay, where's Yao Yao?" "I have already informed Miss. She's on her way here from the work area." By the time Lin Ran reached the dining room, Luo Yao had also just arrived. To Lin Ran's surprise, this dining room was also a very technologically advanced automatic dining room. The chef cooked in the kitchen, and the prepared dishes were delivered directly to the master's table through a mechanical device on the ceiling, without any need for human intervention. To put it bluntly, eating here directly made one Lin Ran redundant, because even the feeding was mechanical. "This feels like we're being treated like useless people," Lin Ran complained. Seeing Lin Ran's resentful look, Luo Yao found him very funny and cute. She loved him no matter how she looked at him. Jiang Feihua was about to introduce today's dishes to Luo Yao, but Luo Yao just gave her a cold look, and Jiang Feihua was instantly muted. Lin Ran wanted to lift his chair to move closer to Luo Yao, but suddenly found that he couldn't move it. He looked down carefully, and anger began to build in his eyes. He endured his anger and finished the meal. It had to be said the food tasted quite good. This was because the master's tastes had long been recorded. But it was only after the meal that Luo Yao looked at Lin Ran with a wronged expression. Seeing his wife like this, Lin Ran finally got angry and couldn't hold it in anymore. "Xiao Tong, young Master Lin, smash this table. Give me a new one immediately." Jiang Feihua looked in disbelief at the suddenly enraged Lin Ran, unable to understand what was going on. She had watched the live streams and hadn't noticed anything wrong with Lin Ran. Luo Yao gave Lin Ran a satisfied look. Xiao Tong, without a word, started smashing the table with her people. Lin Ran pulled Luo Yao up and left the dining room, saying as he left, "Next time we eat, I hope to see a satisfactory table. Otherwise, you're fired." On the surface, the master here was Luo Yao, but the actual master was Lin Ran, because this place had been a gift from Luo Yao to him. Jiang Feihua felt cold sweat dripping down her back. She hadn't expected the masters to be so difficult to serve. but what constituted a satisfactory table. Just then, Uncle Fu walked over and gave Jiang Feihua a kind reminder. When young Master Lin and Miss eat, they don't need such a formal table. Find a smaller one, the kind where they can feed each other face to face. Jiang Feihua, such a small table? Uncle Fu then pointed to the chairs. And these chairs, they're fixed to the ground. Which idiot designed this? Jiang Feihua stared blankly at the chair. This is a high-grade marble chair. It's too heavy to be moved. At that moment, Xiao Tong happened to smash that very chair. Jiang Feihua watched the scene unfold with a pained heart. These chairs were incredibly valuable. So, the table being too big and the chairs too heavy was the mistake. Not exactly. Then what was it? Uncle Fu looked at Jiang Feihua with sympathy. Perhaps the problem is you. Remember, never disturb Miss and young Master Lin when they are eating. Otherwise, you might become the meal. It was a revelation for Jiang Feihua. She immediately bowed to Uncle Fu. Thank you for the reminder, Butler Zhang. I understand now. Jiang Feihua felt it was necessary to show her professional competence. At least, after meeting Uncle Fu, she felt she was much better than this old man. No need to thank me. You still have a lot of room for improvement. As he was about to leave, Lin Ran turned his head and saw Uncle Fu and Jiang Feihua's flirtatious exchange. He immediately took out his phone to take a picture as a memento. This was good stuff. It might be useful someday. He didn't expect that these photos would be useful that very night. It was from this moment that Lin Ran found Uncle Fu's weakness, the key to threatening the old man. After thanking Uncle Fu, Jiang Feihua continued to follow 5 meters behind Luo Yao and Lin Ran, constantly observing if the masters had any needs. Luo Yao linked her arm with Lin Ran's. Aran, were you angry because you couldn't feed me personally? Yes. And that chair, it blocked me from sitting next to you. Luo Yao clung to Lin Ran, with no intention of getting down. She stretched her neck and gently bit Lin Ran's ear. Aran, only you can make me feel happy. The warm breath made Lin Ran feel as if he had fallen into a pool of honey. Even for an old married couple, the ambiguous actions were still sweet. The maids in Modu had not had much contact with the masters. Although they had gotten to know Luo Yao and Lin Ran through the employment guidelines, the cold words couldn't convey the reality of their daily interactions. Fortunately, they had seen Lin Ran and Luo Yao's live streams before, so they were prepared to be fed PDA. They just didn't expect this mouthful to be so sudden. Miss and young Master Lin were simply too sweet. Jiang Feihua followed them at a distance of 5 meters at all times, which made Lin Ran very uncomfortable. If you have nothing to do, you don't need to follow us. We'll call you if we need something. Jiang Feihua. Young Master Lin, as the manager here, I have an obligation to... Scram, Luo Yao said coldly, as if the person who had been cuddling and acting cute on Lin Ran's body was someone else entirely. Jiang Feihua was not an employee of the Luo Corporation. She was just a manager hired by Lu Meng to manage the manor. So, she wasn't very familiar with Luo Yao. In fact, she had never seen Luo Yao in person before. Now that her professionalism had failed to be useful, she felt very unconvinced. But on the surface, she still smiled and retreated. Yao Yao, you're amazing. Amazing in what way? Amazing in every way. Lin Ran was genuinely praising Luo Yao, not flattering her. My most amazing quality is making Ran exclusively mine. Lin Ran. Or you could say I'm willing to be controlled by you, because I want to be your plaything. Luo Yao showed a yearning, almost pathological smile. Then let's rest. I can't wait. When it got to the bedroom, bad news arrived. Relative equals bad news, especially Aunt Flo. Aran, will you blame me? Should I take some medicine? Lin Ran immediately covered Luo Yao's mouth. I will not allow you to do anything to harm yourself. Now, you'll be a good girl and sleep. After we solve the matters in Modu, I will go crazy with you. Lin Ran's promise directly ignited Luo Yao's fighting spirit. It seemed she had to resolve the matters in Modu as soon as possible. This time, the 3 major families would all have to spit out a big mouthful of blood. Even Samsung would be severely weakened and begin to decline. A waterbed was still a bed, and sleeping on it was no problem. Lin Ran also experienced this peculiar state of sleep. Even while resting, bodyguards patrolled the vicinity in shifts 24/7. In the middle of the night, Jiang Feihua came to where Uncle Fu was resting. Butler Zhang, I wonder if I might have the honor of treating you to a meal. She decided to seek some advice. At least, for this old butler who had taken care of Luo Yao and young Master Lin for many years, the master's habits were very clear. Of course, Jiang Feihua was more afraid of being replaced, because she had to work at the manor, and even work by Luo Yao's side. Uncle Fu raised an eyebrow. I already have a woman I like. Jiang Feihua. Uncle Fu, but I'm still willing to give you this chance. Jiang Feihua had originally thought she could get some advice, but she suddenly felt that this old man was just so narcissistic and arrogant. Hee, that's truly an honor. At this point, Jiang Feihua already looked down on Uncle Fu a little. This old man, setting aside other things, just look at his attire. A proper butler wearing a tang suit. Those who knew would say you're a butler. Those who didn't would think you were a folk artist on your way to a performance. Although he had the demeanor of a butler, his somewhat casual attitude towards the masters made him not a qualified butler at all. If possible, she could even win the favor of young Master Lin and Miss, and directly replace Uncle Fu to manage the Kyoto Manor. After all, she was the professional in this field. At this thought, Jiang Feihua felt even happier and decided to observe what was so special about this butler. After Lin Ran and Luo Yao had gone to rest, Jiang Feihua took Uncle Fu directly to Modu's most famous private kitchen. In the private room, Jiang Feihua demonstrated the performance expected of a high EQ manager. Uncle Fu was also made a little giddy by this woman in her 40s, who had an outstanding temperament and high emotional intelligence. After the meal, Jiang Feihua had also obtained the information she wanted. When the two returned to the manor, they went to rest separately. Looking at Jiang Feihua's back, Uncle Fu dropped his expression and frowned, looking at his own hand. That woman just now actually touched my hand. How disgusting. Uncle Fu washed his hands several times. He went alone to the constant temperature swimming pool outside the villa, looked up at the small roof of the villa's first floor, and with a few steps and a flip, he climbed up. However, he didn't know that Lin Ran, who was resting in the bedroom at that moment, was also suffering from insomnia. After coaxing Luo Yao to sleep, he couldn't fall asleep for a long time. It was probably because it was his first time sleeping on a waterbed. Finally, helpless, he could only lie in bed and scroll through Douyin with his headphones on. Once he started scrolling, he couldn't stop and had no desire to sleep. Sometimes he even wanted to slap himself a couple of times. Hearing Luo Yao's very even breathing, Lin Ran turned off his phone and quietly walked out of the bedroom. At the same time, Luo Yao's eyes suddenly snapped open. Ran, where did you go? Lin Ran went to the poolside outside the villa and sat down on a chair. At night, even in the south, he felt a hint of cold. He looked up at the moon. Since returning to this world, he had been loving Luo Yao with all his heart and strength. But was it really enough? Sigh. Two sighs. The old and the young were both stunned for a moment, then turned to look at each other. Lin Ran was sitting on a lounge chair by the pool, while Uncle Fu was sitting on the roof of the villa's first floor. What the hell? You're so old. What are you doing climbing so high? Aren't you afraid of falling and breaking your dog? Your leg. Uncle Fu looked at Lin Ran helplessly. This is only about 4 meters high. How could I break a leg? Besides, I won't fall. At this moment, Lin Ran deeply felt his own frail constitution. This height was actually quite dangerous. In life, this height could already cause injury, and Lin Ran was just an ordinary person. PSA. Everyone, please do not attempt to jump from high places. Old man, I need to educate you. As the saying goes, old people have 3 fears, and the first is falling. You think you're very capable, but your bones are already brittle. Uncle Fu looked at Lin Ran with confusion. Shouldn't the biggest fear be having no money? All right, can't argue with you. So, may I ask, why were you sighing? Uncle Fu didn't answer, but leisurely asked back. And why was young Master Lin sighing? Could it be that you're feeling tired being by Miss's side? Even if you have such thoughts, I advise you to put them away. Miss truly loves you. Many times, if you just endure a little, you'll discover how good Miss is. The old man's words had a somewhat educational tone, which displeased Lin Ran. Don't talk nonsense. I'm sighing because I always feel that my love for Luo Yao is still lacking a little something. It's not what you're talking about. This feeling of love lacking a little something had been with Lin Ran for a long time. I really try my best. I don't know why, but I always feel that I still don't love her enough. This feeling makes me very uncomfortable. I obviously like her and love her so much in my heart, and I'm trying very hard, but why do I just feel like something is missing? Lin Ran said, I don't know, but in his heart he knew what was missing, yet he couldn't just try it casually. He owed Luo Yao a romance that was worth a life. A life where, after he died, she could wear a wedding dress and be buried with him. Luo Yao could give herself to him without reservation. What had he given Luo Yao so far? In his heart and in his words, he thought he could also give his life for Luo Yao. But until things reached that point, no one could say for sure. Perhaps what was missing was that feeling of truly giving one's life for the other person. Lin Ran knew this idea was dangerous, but he couldn't help but want this opportunity to test whether his love for Luo Yao was as real as hers. Perhaps, no matter how hard I try to love Luo Yao, I will never love her as much as she loves me. Uncle Fu seemed to understand Lin Ran's struggle. As the saying goes, the person involved is often confused. Young Master Lin, you've actually done very well, really. This period has been the happiest I've ever seen, miss. Loving her doesn't necessarily mean you have to do something grand and earth-shattering for her. What Miss needs isn't that. What she needs is for you to keep her in your heart and treat her with sincerity. Was what Luo Yao wanted simple. Actually, it was very simple. Just two things: Lin Ran's heart and Lin Ran's person. What Miss has always wanted is very simple, and you have done it very well. It's just that you feel it might not be good enough. During this time, I've observed you and found something very interesting. I might be right or wrong, so please don't be offended if I say something wrong. Uncle Fu's words instantly made Lin Ran feel like something had been unlocked. He quickly gestured for him to continue. You're so old, don't keep me in suspense. Hurry up and say it. I definitely won't blame you. Only then did Uncle Fu continue with the topic. In fact, as a butler, or one could say, as Lin Ran's subordinate, he shouldn't be saying these things. But Uncle Fu was an emotional person. He truly regarded Lin Ran and Luo Yao as his own family. I don't know why, but I feel like you've changed during this period. Lin Ran rolled his eyes. Of course I've changed. Do you even need to say that? You're not going to say that what you've discovered is that I've started to love Luo Yao more, are you? Come on, anyone can see that. Uncle Fu shook his head. That's not what I'm talking about. You love Miss very much now, and you treat Miss very well, I admit that. What I want to say is that your heart has changed. As soon as these words were spoken, both the person by the chair and the person in the villa were a bit stunned. Uncle Fu, who had been lying down, suddenly sat up and looked at Lin Ran seriously. I don't know why, but I always feel like you put too much pressure on yourself. When you love Miss, you are very attentive and put in a lot of effort. But this love is like you're forcing yourself to love meticulously. Of course, I don't deny that this is correct, because this is indeed what Miss likes. But I hope you can love Miss without any mental pressure. Lin Ran had a sudden epiphany, feeling that Uncle Fu saw things much more clearly than he did. Could this be the reason?